Well, hello and welcome to the New Health Conversation podcast. And I immediately want to address the censors who monitor the community guidelines within TikTok. And about a week ago, we had an instance where I think it was a big misunderstanding where you shut us down 3 different times on our live podcast. Number one, you had said there are harmful substances on here that may be injurious to the people on the lives. Again, we want to clear that up. There are no substances. The only thing we ever quote from are published, peer-reviewed human trial studies that have been scrutinized and published in the biggest medical journals in the world. A, it's safe. B, it's food. And we're only sharing what's in the medical studies, the foods that they recommended. That didn't come from us. There are no substances. Number two, you had said that this was either extreme diet or it was body imaging, etc. First of all, again, all we're doing is showing the people the medical proof. Remember, it's medical proof about what's happening to all of us as we ingest toxic chemicals in our body. They're deposited in the fat cells and the fat cells shrink. It has nothing to do with body disorientation or body image. It's not a diet, first of all. It has nothing to do with dieting. There's no calorie counting. So it can't be an extreme diet because it's not a diet. And it's also completely sustainable. So any hints that this is about body imaging or anything like that, no, that's not true. And third, you said that we diverted people from TikTok to buy products. Let me be clear, we have no products, we've never had products, we don't sell anything. The only thing we give people is knowledge. So the New Health Conversation is for educational purposes only. There's nothing to buy, and we offer people free coaching and free advice. Now, I don't know how much more compliant we could be than that. We also tell you that this is the only protocol on all of TikTok, on all of social media, that have any medical proof behind them at all. We see all these people coming on and they're making all these claims and they don't have one shred of medical evidence. We do. So again, we want to make sure that those three things, there are no harmful substances, it's not a diet, and it has nothing to do with body image or body, I forget what you call it, disorientation or body something. So again, it's not a diet, it's a detox. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. Well, hello and welcome, ever user 652, Albert. Hello, VJ. Hello, Sheldon, Pam. Hello, Cicely, Amanda, Tyans, and Cheryl. And if you like what you're hearing right away, just tap on the screen and you'll see the hearts go up if you like the content. Don't tap if you don't like it. So let's look at this. She said 60 pounds in 90 days, no diet, just natural detox with food, not products. There are no products involved. Discover how you can safely drop pounds in weeks, not months. You can build 6 to 9% lean muscle despite the fact they weren't allowed to exercise. She's kept it off for 9 years, and it's published in 10 of the biggest medical studies in the world. And again, for the censors and for all of you, everything we're sharing with the audience is based on medical studies. So any pictures of the detox in terms of the body either gaining, the fat cells expanding or the fat cells contracting are due to the detox. It is not a diet. It has nothing to do with dieting. Nobody's counting calories, and it's revolutionary. So Fern Che, Micheler, again, anybody who, again, look at, she really lost 60 pounds in 90 days. It's the same woman. People come on and want to tell me it's the daughter of a friend of mine. Yes, if you lose 60 pounds in 90 days, you're going to look a lot different too, just as she does. Now, what I like to do normally, and hello, user 614, and Debbie joined. And who else? Susanna, Sweetie. All right, so let's talk about this right away. First of all, most men and women on this are losing the kind of weight in 4 days as it would take you 6 weeks on any diet you've been on. Most women on this lose a whole dress size in a week, and no one was allowed to exercise. They actually wear Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. Not that the research was against exercise, but otherwise you would have said, oh, they lost weight because it was diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. It had nothing to do with it. This is not a diet, it's a detox. So let me ask all of you a question before we get started. How many of you believe we're living in a toxic world, and how many of you believe you're toxic? Well, if you don't, you're probably on the wrong podcast, but I want to familiarize yourself. This is a new medical syndrome called TDOS. The T stands for toxic chemicals, and they're allowed to accumulate because our food, even if it's organic, just doesn't have enough nutrition to help the body to get rid of these poisons, causing you to be overweight and stressed. It's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. Every person living, breathing on the earth has the TDOS syndrome, including me and you and everybody. Now, who discovered it? Peter Greenlaw. Who's that? Oh, that would be me. I discovered a medical syndrome that every person in the world has. So maybe you understand that I'm not just up here talking. I've written 4 best-selling books, including that one, with some of the top medical doctors in the world. I did 20 shows on public broadcasting and 1,500 live lectures in hospitals and universities and towns. They even flew me to China. So when I speak to you, it's from an academic background, okay? What we do is we only share with you what are called published, peer-reviewed journals. I mean, the studies are what are called, they're on human beings. They're called peer-reviewed human trial studies. And then they have to get published in these huge journals like the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology, in Nutrients, the Nutrition Journal, Frontiers in Nutrition, and Nature Communications, which is one of the top medical journals in the world. And the study they did on this had nothing to do with weight loss, had everything to do with your gut health. So, okay, sweetie, you're going to spend, first of all, there are no products at all. Let's get that out of the way, sweetie. So Edie. Sorry, I'm trying to pronounce your name. If you took your total grocery bill last month and took that's about what you're going to spend. Now, the foods that you're buying are going to be different. You're going to get a list of foods that you would take to your grocery store that were developed by the researchers who put together a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables that represent huge amounts or large amounts of nutrition in smaller quantities of food. But that's only 30% of what you're going to buy. The other 70% you buy doesn't come from any grocery store anywhere. It actually comes from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that represent huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food. And that's why this works as a detox, okay? Now, again, let me repeat, there are no products. There's no products. You're buying food, but you're going to buy from a specific bunch of foods, and you're going to learn how to eat these foods in a very specific way that allows your body to naturally detox itself. There is no product on the market that detox. If you fall for that, you're really in trouble. Don't fall for any of these schemes where they're saying this is a detox. No, unless you have peer-reviewed human trial medical studies published in medical journals, it's all nonsense. It's all just hot air. It's all marketing stuff. We don't do that. We only give and we only show you exactly what they did in these medical studies. There is nobody else we can find on the whole internet, anywhere, with even one peer-reviewed human trial medical study. So you have to understand that what she did is completely good, sweetie. And I'm going to go more into detail, I promise. Just be patient with me. Here's the website. It's right here. It's called the new, whoops, health. Here's the website. It's right there for you. I typed it, sweetie, at the very bottom for you. Of course, I'll be patient with you. Some people are, some people aren't. Now, let me say one other thing to all of you. If anybody would like it, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are, and what your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight and keep it off. Now, to give you an idea, the New Health Conversation, which is a movement, I started it 23 years ago with one person, and that would be me, we've helped over 500,000 people, 500,000 people in 23 years. So none of you are experiments. That's why I just ask you to be a little bit patient, because there's a lot of information. It's all scientifically backed. It's not a diet. It's not about a food list. It's not about recipes. It's about a completely new way of putting food together in a way that allows your body to remove these chemicals we're storing inside of us. Okay, sweetie, I'm 5'8", 24 stone. Okay, so 24 stone. Let me look that up just to make sure. I'm pretty sure I know how much it is. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so how much is 24 stone? Okay, hold on. Okay, 330. All right, so, okay, hold on just a second. So 316. All right, so, sweetie, you're 5'8" and you're 300. Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. Why didn't I write that down? Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Let me go back to that. 336. Okay, 336. All right, I'm going to tell you right now, sweetie, here's how dramatic this is going to be. First of all, in the first 4 days, you're probably going to lose more than a stone in just the first 4 days. I'm going to tell you right now, so 24 is 336. So you want to be, it's 14 pounds, 10 stone, you probably want to be about 10 stone. You need to lose 14 stone, okay? So that means, hold on just a second. That means, just to give you an idea, if we're going to be 10 stone, 14 stone, so you're going to lose about, all right, so I would say, to be quite honest with you, to get down to 10 stone, there's no reason you couldn't do it by like next April or early May. I would tell you this, by Christmas, you're going to probably be down, so that's 2 months from now, you'll be down at least 4. I would say you're probably going to be down close to 4 stone by Christmas. And remember, it's not a diet. No, there's no fasting, Pat. No, no, no. As a matter of fact, here's how it's going to work, Pam, and I'm going to go more into detail for you. 5 days a week, you're going to eat 4 meals a day. 2 days a week, you're going to eat 8 times a day. And I'll explain all that to you in just a moment. I know it's amazing, but we see it all the time. So you must be somewhere in the UK or in Great Britain or in Sweden or somewhere over there, am I right? And it's about 10:30 at night your time. Am I correct? I know, sweetie, but we see it all the time. It's not, look at her. So basically she lost 4.5 stone in 3 months. You can see it right there. So we're not overstating what's possible, okay? And that's with no exercise at all. Imagine that. So Pam, if you want to know, or any of you, if you'll tell me how tall you are, your current weight, I need to know if you're male or female, and I'll tell you how rapidly you can get the weight off and keep it off forever. I lost 40 pounds, which would be like 3 stone, in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years, just to let you all know. I mean, it's beyond amazing. It's just incredible. So if any of you would like me to, I'm happy to do it. If you'll tell me if you're male, female, your height, your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can do it. Now understand, you're not an experiment for 2 main reasons. One, we've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. I'll defy you to show me anybody else on social media that's helped 500,000 people. But more importantly, what we have championed is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. A, it's safe. B, it's real, and it's not a diet. The weight loss is the least important part. The main reason to do this is to improve your health. Okay, Pam, I'm 5'8", 245, diabetic. Okay, Pam, I got good news for you also as a diabetic. So Pam, at 5'8", 245, we'd want you to be 140. That's going to be about 115 pounds. Pam, you're going to lose at least 8 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, you should be right around between 220 and 222. By Christmas, you literally could be 200, probably 198 to 202. So let's go with 200 pounds. So 200 down to 60 more pounds, Pam. So January, February. Oh, Pam, easily by March, Pam, you'll be 140. I'm not kidding you. Now let's talk about the diabetics here, Pam, for you. I want to show you, give me a second. I've got to find this. Tons of by the way, Pam, this was invented by a diabetic chemist more than 25 years ago. But let's take a look at Curtis, Diane. Can you see that? Look at it. Look at his A1C. It went from 8.4 to 6.4 in 30 days. His triglycerides from 242 to 124. Oh, and by the way, Pam, he lost 40 pounds in a month. 40. Do you see that? 40. And he's 65 years old. Now, just tell me if you've ever seen anything like that before. Pam, how excited would you be about that? Look at that. 8.4 to 6.4 in a month. Almost all the diabetics on this, if they were on medication, they had to cut their meds by 50% just in a month. So I'm not sure if you're on medication or not. Pam, the main reason to do this is not the weight loss. That's going to happen anyway. It's, in your case, it would be to lower if you are dependent on drugs, if you can take less of them, you're going to be light years ahead. So what do you think about that, Pam, about what I just shared with you? And keep in mind, Pam, if you do this, you get a free coach. And if you're going to do the coaching, if you fill out the form, make sure you put in there your type 2 diabetic, because we want to align you with a coach who works with diabetics. The coaching's 100% free, Pam. The consultation's free, the coaching's free for all of you. We all got coached, and we have lots of people who are doing this that had such spectacular results. They came back to us and said, hey, I'd like to help other people. I know it sounds too good to be true, but it's actually better than that. So you waved at Anna too? I don't know about that. Yeah, Pam, thumbs up. Okay, Pam, there's the website you can go to. And Pam, I promise on my kids and my grandkids' lives, we're not going to contact you if you go there. The only way we'll contact you, Pam, is if you scroll down, you get a free consultation and a free coach available to every single person on here. Does that make sense, everybody? Okay, so let's do this. Let me go quickly. not quickly, but let me explain to you the basics of all this. First of all, who invented it? It was invented by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world who had done 100 studies over 40 years, thousands of people looking at every kind of diet there was over 40 years. They were paid to analyze diets. Sadly, in 40 years, they never ever found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off, and 2/3 of everybody gained more weight than they lost. And the weight that you are losing on any diet, 25 to 40% is your lean muscle mass. Let me put it in perspective. Let's say you lose 20 pounds on a diet. 5 to 8 pounds of that is your lean muscle mass. And when you lose lean muscle mass, it slows down your metabolism. That's why you all plateau on these diets and gain it all back. But worse, by losing lean muscle, you also slow down your own immune system. So you're literally making yourselves unhealthy by going on any of these diets. And it's not my opinion. I don't give you opinions. Let's look at Medicare, everybody. Here's a huge study that Medicare did. Let me read from the study. Medicare's search for effective obesity treatments. Diets are not the answer. Our researchers at Medicare reviewed studies of the long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets to assess whether any diet is an effective treatment for obesity. The studies showed that 2/3 of dieters regained more weight than they lost on any diet. In summary, there is little support for the notion that diets lead to lasting weight loss or health benefits. So Medicare is telling you whatever diet you're on now, 2/3 you're going to weigh more than when you started. Now that may make you mad. You may be mad at me. It doesn't matter. The science is the science. Medicare has no vested interest to discount diets. They're trying to bring healthcare costs down. But they've analyzed all these diets. None of them are working. I mean, here's more evidence. Here's Johns Hopkins Medical School study predicts obesity apocalypse in 4 years. 86% of you will be overweight or obese in 4 years, and 50% will be pre-diabetic or diabetic in 4 years. Does that sound to you like diets are working? And what are we all doing? We're counting calories. What? Big problem. Your body has no idea what a calorie is. Your body has never counted a calorie. You're never hungry in your life. You've never, ever been hungry in your life for a calorie. The only thing you can ever be hungry for is what? Nutrition. That's what this is based on. And they learned about this by studying these people in these blue zones. Maybe you heard of it. These places where people live to be 100 years old, no one gets sick, and no one's overweight. And they were doing 3 things that became part of this. The researchers found, number one, they ate smaller amounts of food, but the foods they ate had huge amounts of nutrition, and they detoxed every couple months. So this protocol is based on food, everybody. Food, there are no products. So the very first thing the researchers did, they put together for her and everybody else a food list that they were able to take to the grocery store. To the grocery store, they didn't buy anything. The research didn't sell them anything. And those foods represented proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, vegetables, and salads, but they had serving sizes, not calorie amounts. And only 1/3 of what you spent last month at the grocery store total, that's all you buy from your grocery store. What about the other 70% of the money and the foods? They don't come from any grocery store anywhere in the world. You would get those foods from these other researchers who had gone to Russia, to Mongolia, to Tibet, South America, New Zealand, to find foods with huge amounts of nutrition and very small amounts of food. That's what allows this to help your body to get rid of these poisons. See, it is only your body that can detox you. Don't fall for any of this nonsense that's going to be coming out where people are going to tell you that you can buy a product and you're going to detox. There's not one shred of medical evidence. This is the only medical evidence, period, that prove that this is a detox. So let me explain to you how it works. So now you have the food groups, right? And by the way, you get a free coach and they'll give you your list. You take it to the grocery store, proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, vegetables, salads, serving sizes. And then they'll show you, our coaches will, how to get these other foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, from these other researchers. Now you have the food, but what you don't have, let's call it the recipe. Let's call it the eating pattern, because they invented a new way of eating that's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office, right? Okay, so Eddie, I'll get back to you, and Ed, I'll get back to you in a moment. And what they did, but please pay attention while I'm explaining this, Ed. So what the researchers did, they had 30% of the food that you would get, Ed, from the grocery store. You get a grocery list, and 70% from these exotic foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. Then 5 days a week, all of you, you'd have 4 meals a day. You'd start with these exotic foods around the world for breakfast, no food from the grocery store. Food from the grocery store for lunch, food from the grocery store for dinner, and a 4th meal after dinner, these exotic foods around the world. Then 2 days a week, no food at all from the grocery store, only these exotic foods. And this time, 2 days a week, you're going to eat 8 times a day. You're going to eat every hour and a half to 2 hours. And that's what made this work, detox. Because here's how you have to detox. Well, let me give you a little biology lesson, I guess. Last night, every one of us, as long as you didn't eat too late at night, once before you even went to sleep, your body all but stopped digestion. Once you stop digestion, the brain turns on a natural mechanism called autophagy when your body gets rid of the dead cells. It happens every night. You have to get rid of the dead cells, all right? The researchers knew that autophagy was not powerful enough to pull these poisons out of our fat cells. Let me back up for just a moment for some of the new people. We're living in an unbelievably toxic world. We're all toxic, whether you know it or not. We're breathing, we're drinking, we're eating chemicals, things like, but poisons, herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon. And as they enter your body, the body takes those poisons and stuffs them inside what's called your visceral fat. Your visceral fat is the fat around your organs, and those fat cells swell. That's why you all complain about the bloating. And that's why if you look at her, it looks like a different woman. She literally shrank from the detox, okay? And no loose skin. So let's keep going. How did the researchers know this was a detox? Here's how. They did the most extensive medical research that's ever been done in history on health, nutrition, and weight loss. Notice weight loss is the third thing. They proved unequivocally through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis that this protocol was allowing your body to pull these poisons out of the fat cells, and they literally shrank. In addition, inflammation, which plagues everybody in the world, came down 25% in a month. This has never been seen before. The diabetics on this, they really cut their medication by 50%, their insulin in a month by 30%. And now about maintenance on this, simple. You have the world's most perfect meal from these foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America. Breakfast every morning. You have a lunch and dinner, and then every couple months do another 48-hour detox. Now, the weight loss on this is so dramatic that people can't believe it. Well, look at what she did, everybody. 60 pounds in 90 days, no dieting, just natural detox with food, not products. And you can, well, I'm going to tell you how fast you can lose the weight, but she gained 6 to 9% lean muscle, was not allowed to exercise, and she's kept it off for 9 years. And all of this is published. It's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, proving it's safe and it's real and it's not a diet. Again, back to the censors, it's not a diet. It's not about weight loss. It's not about, body imaging, any of that stuff. It's just, this is medical science, okay? So, how do I get rid of pre-diabetic? Eddie, hold on just a second. Here's the website you all can go to. Ed Wilson. The pre-diabetics on this, for the most part, just in 30 days, they were no longer pre-diabetic. So if you want to tell me, Ed, yeah, I think it's Ed. Yeah, exactly. If you'll tell me, are you male or female, how tall, and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly. Okay, here we go. Eddie, I'm 190, I'm overweight. My doc wants me to 25 pounds. How tall are you, Ed? How tall are you? I need to know how tall. Then I can tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. And the main reason to do this is to, diminish your prediabetes. You want to get rid of that altogether. So again, how tall are you? You're 190, but I need to know how tall you are. You're 5'4". Okay, Ed. So if you're 5'4" and you're 190, he wants you to lose 25 pounds. I'm sorry, I disagree with your doctor. It's not even close. If you're 5'4", at the most, and again, I can't tell. It looks like you're female. Am I correct? I could be wrong. I hate being wrong. Let me just see if I can look. Hold on just a second. No, I can't tell if you're male or female. So that matters. I need to know, because that'll matter what weight we're going to tell you. But you're going to lose a lot more than 25 pounds on this, and you're going to lose it in a much, much shorter time. So again, are you male or female? Because your profile is obviously a picture of a doll or whatever it is. I'm not sure. I'm female. Okay, good. Okay, at 5'4", then maximum we'd want you to be is about 120, that's 70 pounds. But brace yourself. In the first 4 days, you're probably going to lose 5 to 6 pounds. By Thanksgiving, you'll easily be 170. By Christmas, you'll probably be 150 or below. So from 150 down to 120, that's 30 pounds. Easily by the end of January, Ed, you're going to be 120. Tell me how excited you would be about that. With that, also, you're going to lose a whole dress size in a week with no exercise. Again, tell me how excited you'd be about those numbers. The 25 pounds, you're going to almost be there by Thanksgiving. Do you understand? That's just normal. Look at her. If you look at her numbers, she lost 5 pounds a week. And if you look at, she had less weight than you did. Hi, can you help with? Oh God, yes. I have a very hard time losing weight. I've given up on it. I'm 5'4". Tell me what your current weight is and your height, Shabs. Listen, talk about hyperthyroid. We have people with no thyroids at all that have them radiated out and surgery. We've done hyperthyroid, we've done goiter, we've done Hashimoto's. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful, wonderful for people with thyroid issues. Wonderful. That's why you can't lose weight. This is going to change your life. And okay, again, any of you that are asking me about your weight, I need to know if you're male or female and how tall you are, and then tell me what your current weight is, and then I'll tell you what's realistic. See, you're all used to diets. You're all used to maybe a pound a week, so you're giving me numbers that would be, that'd be okay on a diet. This is not a diet, it's a detox, okay? Shabs, want to reduce to 25 kilos. I'm 80 kilos, I want to be 25 kilos, so you want to lose about. Okay, that's good. So you're looking at 50, 65, 55, right, 55 kilos. Okay, so let me go right away with you. Shabs, I'm 5'4", 80, okay. All right, so let me finish with you. You want to get to 25, all right. First of all, you're going to lose in the first 4 days, you're going to lose probably about 3 kilos just in the first 4 days. You should easily lose within a month, you're going to lose about 10 kilos. That'll get you down to 70. In 2 months, you should be at 60 kilos. So 60 down to 25, you got 35 more to go. Figure you're going to lose at least 10 kilos a month. So that'll be January, February. By March, easily you'll be 25 kilos. How excited would you be about that, Shabs? Female, 5'4", 80 kilos. Okay, 5'4", that's 160. Again, you want to be about, you want to be 60 kilos. That means you need to lose 20 kilos. Again, you're going to lose 2 to 3 kilos in the first 4 days. Within a month, easily, you'll be down around 70 kilos. So believe it or not, within 2 months, you should be down to 60 kilos. That's nothing. That's the norm numbers on this. I'll show you some other pictures. Here's this young woman right here. That's 10 kilos in a month she lost. That's 10 kilos in a month. So the numbers I'm giving you are very, very, very conservative. Excuse me, does that make sense? Emmett, laugh out loud. Yeah, actually, Emmer, it is. You're completely wrong. It's the daughter. This is a different woman here? Really? Really? Get your glasses checked. Get your glasses checked. Oh my goodness. It's so funny. It's really so funny. And I suppose this is also, is this a different man here? Let's see, Curtis, hold on. Is this a different man, 40 pounds in 30 days? 40 pounds in 30 days? Is that, Emil, with your opinions, is that a different guy? You don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea. You're making an observation with no data, nothing behind it. So again, I wish you luck. I really do. Go on whatever diet you want. None of them work, of course, but you'll be happy to know that. Okay, so Shabs, I did you. Luna, oh, sorry. 82 kilo. Okay, what do you think you want to be kilo-wise? Because that's 164. What, Luna, where do you want to be kilograms? Tell me, and I'll tell you how fast you can do it. Eddie, you get taught all that. I just explained to you how it works, and you'll get a coach for free if you go to the website, and they'll explain everything to you. I went over how it works. You have 5 meals, 5 days a week. You're having 4 meals with breakfast and your 4th meal of the day from these exotic foods around the world. And then 2 days a week, you have 8 meals a day, nothing from the grocery store, just these exotic foods around the world. And they'll lay out everything for you for free. You're buying food. Don't hear the word free and think anything's free. The coaching's free, not the products. So again, Luna, what would you like to weigh? Well, all you need to do, Shabs, is go right here to the new health conversation. Health. Here it is. You can go. It's free to go there, Shabs. Here it is. I just posted it in the bottom for you, right? Okay, I'm 30. Okay, hold on. Oh, it is? Oh, really? This is BS. You know what? You're so full of it. Here's why you're a fool. This is based and published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, okay? You're full of it. And goodbye, Mr. EMR, Mr. Nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. Oh my gosh, what a fool, what a fool, what a fool, what a fool. Bye. See you at some time in the future, maybe. This is BS. See, when people are that uninformed, and they would make a statement like that. What they're saying is that then medical science, peer-reviewed human trial medical studies, which are the highest you can go in medical research, are not true. Then don't ever take a drug again. But you're blocked, so we don't have to worry about you. Please, how do you lose weight? MP. What's the website? I just put it in the bottom again for you. The New Health Conversation. You can go there. It's right at the bottom. You can see it, the New Health Conversation. It's a free medical website to go to. It won't even contact you if you do go there. So NP Mawa. If you'll tell me how, male or female, how tall you are, and tell me if you have had your... No, as a matter of fact, Squirrel, we have lots of people that had their gallbladders removed. It's unbelievable. I'll give you an example of a young woman here in a moment. But MP, tell me your height and your male, female, and height. So Squirrel, we have a young woman in Florida. She's 5 feet tall. She was 250 pounds. All I can tell you is this: with no thyroid in 6 months, she lost 150 pounds. So you tell me if you think it works. It's not a diet. Sign on a different time, so you have to explain it over and over. Yeah, I know I have to explain it over and over. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I mean, I'm going to explain it. It encourages more viewers. Sorry, sir, I'm not seeing the website. Okay, let me put it at the bottom for you. It's the New Health. Look at the very bottom of the chart now, everybody. Hold on, Ed. Now do you see it, Ed? Do you see it right there at the bottom in white, the New Health Conversation? Do you see it? Give me a yes if you can see it. So yes, Squirrel, this is unbelievable. For people with no gallbladder, we have people with no thyroids, we have people that had heart transplants and kidney transplants. It's not a diet. It doesn't work. You see it now? Good. So that's where you want to go. And if you go there, it's free. We won't contact you. The only thing on there is the medical proof. And if you like what you see, scroll down, you get a free consultation and you get a free coach. Does everybody understand that? Right? Wow. Janet Anderson, wow. Listen, everybody, we have an actual person who did this. This lady lost 100 pounds. She's kept it off for 12 years. I want to show you her picture. Look at this, everybody. She lost 100 pounds 12 years ago, and that picture on the right is a few months ago. She's kept it off for 12 years. 12 years. She's there. You can ask her a question. I'm sure if you want to put in the chat and ask her a question, I'm sure she'll answer it. See, this is real. So the fool coming on and saying this is BS. No, you're BS because you're making a statement with no medical, no reference at all. It's just silly. It just makes me laugh. And of course, you're loaded with toxins. You've got nothing you're doing to remove the toxins from your body. Good luck. I discovered a medical syndrome that every person in the world has, registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office, and you're telling me I'm BS? Nonsense. Just nonsense. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun to do what I do. But anyway, yeah, there she is. Thanks, Janet. Wonderful. So glad I see 12 years ago. Right. So who else would like to ask a question? Squirrel, you got it, etc. So who else would like to ask me, if you'll give me your male, female, turn height, and current weight, and I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. But I just showed you Janet. I'll show you her picture again. Look at the before and afters. I mean, she's got guns. I don't even have guns. Look at those arms. You see, on this, you don't lose lean muscle mass. You gain 6 to 9% lean muscle. And the people in all these pictures, they actually gained it and no one was allowed to exercise. She wasn't allowed to exercise. And look at how much she shrank. Do you see that? Okay, Blue Sunny, you're 5'2", 393. All right. So Blue Sunny, oh, male or female? I just need to know. Female, okay. So 5'2", 393. Okay. So Blue Sunny, at 5'2", you'd want to be, your goal should be around 120. That's going to be 120 is going to be 273 pounds. Okay, don't get discouraged now. In the first 4 days, you're going to probably lose 10 or 15 pounds. I would see you at Thanksgiving minimum about 360, sorry. By Christmas, I see you at about 330. And then from there, you're going to probably lose on average about 25 to 30 pounds a month to get down to your goal. So if we look at those numbers, there's no reason at all by, let's see, 60. I'm going to say by next summer, you probably could be down well into the 140s or lower. How much would that excite you, Blue Sunny Sky? But imagine in the first 4 days, you're going to be down 10 or 15 pounds. How much would that incentivize you to continue? And remember, you're not on a diet, you're not counting calories, and you're not going to be hungry. We've worked with people who weigh, my biggest person was 587 pounds. So we're familiar with it. But Blue Sunny, look, it's not a diet. And what you can do, Blue Sunny, there's a free website. Here you go to the New Health why is it doing that? Why is it New Health Conversation? And that's the website you can go to, Blue Sunny. There it is right there, the New Health Conversation. You can go there. It's totally free to go there. And we won't contact you if you go there. But if you like what you see, scroll down and you get a free coach, free consultation and coaching. We all got coached. That's one of the great things about this. My name is Angie. I'm 5'5", I weigh 214. I'm going through menopause. Fantastic for people. Not that you're going through menopause, but menopause, premenopause. It's unbelievable how much it helps. Maybe Janet Anderson, you want to chime in about menopause and perimenopause, because I know you've worked with a lot of women who had it. I didn't. I can't. I know about it, but I'm not. I've not seen the experience. So I'm going to have her, Angie, Janet Anderson. Here, I'm going to show you her picture, Angie. Here she is. She lost 100 pounds and has kept it off for 12 years. 12 years. Isn't that unbelievable? Okay, I'm in peri. This has helped me. Oh, she's in perimenopause. She's answering. See, Angie, it's right below your name. Do you see her there, Janet Anderson? I'm in peri and has helped me stabilize so much. So, Angie, do you want to ask her a question? Because I showed you her. She lost 100 pounds and she kept it off for 12 years. 12 years, Angie. This is not a diet. It's like nothing you've ever done before. And I'll go over for you at 5'5" and your weight current, how fast you can lose it. Look, she's telling you, definitely helps with hormones. All right, Angie, let me explain to you, and you're welcome to chat back and forth. So you're 5'5", 214. At 5'5", the most we'd want you to be is about 130. So that means at 130, you're about 84 pounds. So Angie, first of all, in the first 4 days, easily 5-6 pounds. I would say by Thanksgiving, you're going to be, believe it or not, you're probably going to be around 195. You'll be under 200. By Christmas, I would see you at easily like 175. And so 175 down to 130 is going to be 45 pounds. Easily by sometime in February, you should be about 130 pounds. Tell me, Angie, how excited would you be about that? And you're not going to be hungry and you're not dieting, you're detoxing. Does that make sense? Yeah, she's telling you right there, Angie, your microbiome improves, and then that also helps you process your normal hormones better. I have a client, female athlete and muscular, 5'4", 170. So Angie, do you understand? And here's the website you can go to, Angie, where you get the medical proof, and then also you get free coaching. I just put it at the very bottom in the chat for you. Angie, I'll be so excited. Let me know what I need to do. Angie, what you need to do is right below your name, see the New Health Conversation. Can you see that? Give me a yes, Angie. You go there. We will not contact you if you go there. But if you go there and you scroll down, you get a free coach. It's free consultation and free coaching. Angie, the only thing you're buying is food. Let me break it down for you. Take whatever you spent on food last month, only 30% of that you're going to spend at the grocery store. You're actually going to get a grocery list from the researchers who put this together. It's going to contain proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables, and serving sizes, not calories. It's very important. You understand it's not calories. You got it? Yeah, you've got this definitely, free consultation, learn more. Right. So the website, now, once you have looked at the medical proof, then you can scroll down, and then again, the coaching's free. You're buying food, Angie, 30% from your grocery store, and the other 70% of what you're going to, of the money you have left, comes from these exotic foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that represent enormous amounts of nutrition in smaller quantities of food. You're not going to be hungry. Angie, you've never ever been hungry, any of us in our lives, by counting calories. A human body has no idea what a calorie is, doesn't count them, doesn't care. It only cares about nutrition. So Angie, you're in for an incredible change. Tell me, how excited are you now that you really can get this behind you? I mean, just imagine the numbers I gave you for Christmas. Is there a better Christmas present you could ever give yourself, Angie, than walking in on Christmas Day at those kind of numbers? Like, let's say, around, I think I said like 175 by Christmas. I mean, hello? How amazing is that, right? No, I think I said 165, 170. Yeah, whatever. You're going to be way less than you are now. I'll be so excited. Okay. So do you see I'm excited. Good, Angie. And you see the website? I'm going to type it one more time at the bottom for you. The New Health Conversation. Oops, hold on. So I just posted it again for you at the very bottom, Angie. Hold on. Do you see it right there, the New Health Conversation? It's right, it's the bottom. Give me a yes, Angie, if you can see that, because that's the key. That's where you're going to go. There are no products on the website. We don't sell anything. We don't have any products. You're either buying from your grocery store or from these exotic foods that the researchers will show you. And in addition, Angie, this is what the researchers have given to the patients in the studies. It's called the Blueprint for Success, which you would also get. And each one of the yellows are daily videos from the researchers who put this together, and they have no products to sell. Now, why are they doing this? Because they want to make sure they've spent 40 years of their lives to crack the code on obesity, and they want to give everybody a chance to do exactly what they did in the medical trials. So in other words, you're going to do exactly what they did in the medical trials. From the foods you eat to how much you eat, when you eat, it's all laid out to get you to your goal quickly and safely and teach you how to stay there. And keep in mind, Angie, do you believe we're living in a toxic world? And do you believe you're toxic? Because the one thing we know for a fact, we're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating, not just toxins, but poisons, things like herbicides and pesticides, and Scotchgard and Teflon. And your body, to protect you, is taking that poison and stuffing it inside what's called your visceral fat. Your visceral fat is the fat around your organs. I bet I wouldn't have to ask too much. You probably, like most people, complain about the bloating. But that's your body warning you. It's telling you you're storing chemicals inside your fat cells. And this protocol is proven through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis to assist your body in removing these poisons. That's why she shrank so much. Does that make sense? And microtoxins, yes. So you understand that? Or if you look at this gal here, hold on, Julie. Look at this, Angie, 35 pounds in 37 days. Now that's extreme, right? That's a lot. But look at how much your body shrank, Angie. That's what I want to show you. It's not just the waste, it's everything, because these toxins, these chemicals, are spread throughout our body and our fat cells. But look at that. What do you think about that, Angie? Tell me. Yeah, you mean microplastics, I know. But what do you think about that, Angie? That is not Photoshop. That's 35 pounds in 37 days. I'm not promising you that. I'm promising you about half of that. But it's so amazing when you see, or even this lady here, look at her. 21 pounds in a month. Now, Angie, she only had 30 pounds to lose. But look at her stomach on day 1, the bloating, and look at her stomach on day 30. And that's not body dysphoria or body image. No, sensors. Nothing to do with that. This is not a diet. That's the medical proof that this is detoxing. And they did prove through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis, but that's the observation. You can see it right there. Angie, do you understand you're not going on a diet? Please tell me yes, you understand you're not going on a diet. And yes, we are. You agree? Yes. Good, good. So Angie, how excited are you now to understand you're not going on a diet? It has nothing to do with dieting. And we've got, like I said, I mean, you're Janet was there. There's Janet, 100 pounds, kept it off for 12 years. Look at her arms. You talk about, look at that. Janet, you embarrass me. You got better guns than I do, for crying out loud. Okay, Angie, well, are you all set? You know, yeah, it's crazy to me how we've been misguided, and now we know the truth. Exactly. Exactly. So, anyway, who else would like to tell me? You don't have to, but if you want to know, if you're male, well, you know whether you're male or female, of course, male or female, how tall you are and how much you currently weigh, and I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight on this. No kidding. So who else would like me to do another analysis for them? And also, I want you all to understand, the New Health Conversation is a movement. It started 23 years ago with one person. That one person, well, that happened to be me. It has grown. We've helped over 500,000 people in 23 years, everyone. 500,000. So you're not an experiment. So who else? Oh, we got lots of taps going. Wow, we're at 4,000 likes already. I'm very impressed. Oh, you want me to tell you how fast 5'4"? She should be about 130, 40 pounds, Janet? Okay, you're asking me. So she has a client, 5'4", 170, athletic, I'd say 130, 40 pounds. Janet, she's going to lose 5 or 6 pounds, or he, a female, oh yeah, 5 or 6 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, probably 150. God, Christmas, she'll be at her weight of about 130 by Christmas. That's maybe 135, but close anyway in just 2 months. How great, yeah, look, she's cheering. She's telling us how great that would be. Who else would like to ask a question? Fentmart or any of you? I'm going to tell her, great, please do. And I'm being very conservative. I'm being very conservative. So who else is curious about how did she lose 60 pounds in 90 days? No diet, just a natural detox with food, not products, no products. And discover how you can safely drop pounds in weeks, build 6 to 9% lean muscle, no exercise, and keep it off forever. And it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. This is too good to be true. It's better than that, right? So who else would like to ask me a question? Hello, Julie. Oh, she's gone. It's always funny to me, Janet, that people come on here. Look, I think, like I had a guy earlier today, I had to block him. He said, oh, this is BS. He has no background. He has no idea what we're even talking about. And the problem is when people come on and make those ridiculous statements, effectively what they don't understand, they're trying to discount a peer-reviewed human trial medical study, which is as high as we have in medical investigation, not some person making a statement because they don't like me. Tough. It's my podcast. If you don't like me, get off the podcast. It's that simple. Hello, Julie. So, Julie, welcome. Listen, Julie, laugh out loud. So, Julie, the lady right below the Janet Anderson, we're blessed she's on here today. Look at her, Julie. She lost 100 pounds and has kept it off for 12 years. And she's literally right here with us right now. I had no idea she was going to be on here, just to let you know. Now, you may be interested, Julie. What I've been doing for people is, if you'll tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. Right, I need to do the same as her. Okay. So Janet, say hello to Julie. I mean, Julie, this is the lady right here. That's the actual lady. That is her. I had no idea she was going to come on. I mean, she lost the weight 12 years. She's kept it off for 12. Look at her. Look at her arms. I mean, I'm embarrassed. She's in such great shape. And she's a wonderful person at the same time. Look, Jen is saying hi to you, Julie. So, Julie, if you'd like, please tell me how tall you are and your current weight, and I'll tell you how rapidly you can get it off. Because in all fairness, to when Janet did this 12 years ago, we were getting even better results than what she got, because we've learned new things about new techniques and different food groups and just a whole different thing. Okay, I'm 172 and 125 kilos. Okay, so you're 5'4", you're about 250. Okay, let me do the conversion. Hold on just a second. No. Okay, hold on just a second. I did something wrong here. So you're how many? Okay, you're 125 and you're 172. Okay, hold on. Just give me 1 second. So what's 172? Why isn't this letting me do what I want to do? I wonder. Okay, hold on. Okay, so 172 centimeters in feet. 5'6". Okay, all right, let me come back to you for just a moment. So you're 5'6", and you weigh 250. Okay, at what we'd want you to be on this, at 5'6", 130, we'd want you to be around 65 centimeters. So that means you need to lose about 60. So listen to me carefully, Julie. In the first 4 days, figure you're going to lose 3 to 4 centimeters just in the first 4 days. Within a month, easily, you'll be down more than 10 kilograms. So that brings you down to 115. By Christmas, easily, you should be 115. You're probably going to be right, very close to 100 kilograms, right? And we want you to lose another 40. So I'm going to tell you right now, you'll average for the next 3 months, so let's say January, February, March, you'll average at least 10 kilograms a month. So technically, by the end of March, you could be at 60 kilos. Julie, how excited would you be about that? And you're going to be able to keep it off, and you're not doing a diet, and you're not counting calories. Look what she's saying. Well, that's 6.5 kilos for her, Janet. So she lost 6.5 kilos in 11 days. I'm giving you even less. I'm giving you an even more conservative estimate. Julie, how excited? You'd love it, right? And Julie, so you're in the EU somewhere, am I correct? So, and it's available. The only reason I say that, it's not available everywhere in the world. I just going to make sure you're in an area where it's available. And look, she's telling you your energy will be through the roof. Oh, Australia. Oh yeah, it's about 7. Is it 8 o'clock in the morning your time, right? And it's available in Australia and New Zealand. So yes, absolutely. Now, the only thing I will tell you, Julie, one of the secret, not a secret, but if you do fill out the form to get a coach, put in your WhatsApp phone number. Very important. I'm assuming, Julie, that you have a WhatsApp. Oh, it's 9 a.m. Okay, great. Great. So, Julie, do you have a WhatsApp phone number? Now, the only reason I tell you that, we're having a heck of a time anything outside of the continental United States, because, and again, WhatsApp is free and they can text you. You get, the coaching's 100. Okay, great. Oh, Nana, you're also in Australia. Wonderful. Welcome. We have a lot of people this time of day. It's always the Australians and the Kiwis that are coming on. Because the people in London and stuff, it's already getting a little bit, in the EU, it's a little late at night. So welcome aboard, all of you, okay? God's grace. I'm gonna go with you in a minute, God's grace. So Julie, are you clear? And all of you, all my Australian friends here, here's the free website, just so we don't miss it. It's right there in the chat. Hold on. The new health conversation. There it is. And that's the free website you're all going to be able to go. Now so we're talking, just so you all know, Nana and God's grace, the lady there, Janet Anderson, who's commenting, okay? Here, I'm going to show you her. She's on. It's actually her. She lost, in your world, that's 50 kilos she lost, and she's kept it off for 12 years, everyone. 12 years. She was just telling us before, I think she lost like 11 pounds in 10 days or 12 days, I believe it was. But anyway, okay, so let's talk about, all right, so first I have Nana. You didn't tell me your numbers yet, but that's okay. But God's race, 174, so you're like 5'6", 110, you're 220. Okay, we would want you to be at that height. You should be no more than around, let's say, 5, 6. Yeah, I'd want you to be around 65 kilos. So 65 kilos is 45 kilos you need to lose. So again, God's grace, in the first 4 days, you'll probably be down 3 to 4 kilos. I would say easily within a month, you're going to be down probably 10 kilos. That'll get you to 100 kilos. By Christmas, again, at least another 10. Now you're down to 90. And we want to go from 90, we want to get you down to 65. So that's going to be 90 to 65 is 35. No, 30 more kilos. So I would say conservatively, January, February, by early March, you should be around 65 kilos. God's grace, how much would that excite you? That's normal. That's not, by the way, all the people you're looking at here, they weren't even allowed to exercise. They wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. Not that the research was against exercise, but they wanted to eliminate it. Otherwise, you say, oh, well, they lost weight because it was diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. This is a detox, all right? Oh, here's Shannon. So that for my Aussie friends, that's 6.5 kilos in 11 days. 11 days. That's everyone who's talking to you. It's this lady here who lost total of 50 kilos in 12 years ago. She's kept it off for 12 years, everybody. 12 years. How great is that? And look what she's saying. It's so fun to see people take their lives back. So God's grace, what do you think about those numbers? How excited would you be about those numbers? Tell me. And then Nana, if you want to tell me, Nana, how tall are you and what's your current weight? And I'll tell you again how fast, because you're in Australia too, I think you said, right? So you're all at about 9 in the morning on your Friday morning. We're still here. I'm in Denver, Colorado. It's 3:20 in the afternoon on Thursday. So you're about what is that, 12? Yeah, you're 16. Yeah, you're 12. You're about 16 hours ahead of us. That's about right. So again, Nana, if you want to tell me about your height and your weight, I will absolutely tell you how rapidly you can lose it. But again, God's grace, what do you think about those numbers I just shared with you? I know it's hard to believe, but we see it all the time. It's not anything. I mean, her numbers here, that's 30 kilos in 3 months. So you can look at it. It's about 10 kilos a month. I'm being very, very conservative. Now, she's not at the top of what people are losing. This is normal. This is average for all of you. But how much does that excite or incentivize any of you? Wow, we're at 6,000 likes. Come on, everybody, keep tapping on here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So again, Nana, if you want to tell me how tall, and I mean, if you don't, it's okay. I'm going to tell you right now, Nana, I would say that most of the time, the average on this is about 2.5 kilos a week. That's just average. That's with no exercise. How much would that accentuate? Somehow my message is not appearing. Oh, Nana. Okay, I'm 92 kilos and 172. So you're 184. You're around 5'4". Okay, I would say 5'5". I would want you to be around, again, I'd say 65 kilos, which is going to be 37. No, it's going to be, I said, what did I say? 57. 60 is one, no, more than that, 65. Yeah, 65, so we need to be 27, 37, right? No, 27, 8 and 1, yeah. So 27 kilos. Okay, so Nana, in the first 4 days, figure you're going to be down 2 or 3 kilos. In a month, in 30 days, easily should be 82 kilos. By Christmas, I'm seeing you at, again, 82, about 72. And we wanted you to be about 65, 72. So you got easily by the end of January, you should be around like 62 kilos. Nana, tell me how excited you'd be about that. No, I finally figured it out, Nana. Thank you very much. I thought we lost you there for a minute. But comment, really exciting, right? I mean, can you even dream of that on any diet you've ever been on? I assume all of you, now listen also, ladies, listen to me carefully. You're going to lose a whole dress size in a week. You don't just lose pounds on this. You literally shrink your fat because we're all living in a toxic world, including you people in Australia, New Zealand, I don't care where it is in the world. We're drinking, we're breathing, eating chemicals like poisons, things like herbicides and pesticides and Scotch guard and Teflon, and your body is taking those poisons and stuffing them inside your visceral fat. I don't want to get any of you ladies mad at me, but I'll bet you would tell me that you don't like the bloating on your body. But it's your body trying to warn you that you're storing chemicals in those fat cells, and those fat cells have expanded. It's so cool, the body tells us what's wrong, we just don't know how to listen. Well, now we know how to listen. Does that make sense? Nana? Good. And Nana, here's what you do, all of you. Here's the free medical website to go to. It's the new Health, HALTH, Conversation. And that is a free, it's a movement. There's nothing there to buy. We're not going to contact you if you go there. The only thing, Nana, or any of you, if you go to the website and you like the medical proof, because that's the only thing there, scroll down, you get a free consultation and a free coach. But make sure you put in your WhatsApp phone number. That's very important. Otherwise, because with WhatsApp, it's free. They can text you, they can FaceTime you, etc. So please make sure you put in your WhatsApp phone number. So Nana, do you have a WhatsApp phone number? I know I already asked somebody else, or other. I think we had a total of Nana and 2 other people. Oh, free coaching is so great through WhatsApp. Yep. WhatsApp is it's the way to go. So Nana, Julie, me, you're in Australia too. So again, Julie, I think you already told me you do have WhatsApp and you will put it in the chat. But that website, and Julie, be clear, if you go to the website, we're not going to contact you. We don't do that. We want you to see the medical proof, and if you like what you see, then you can scroll down and then you get a free consultation and a free coach. How much is the coaching? 0. How much is the consultation? 0. We all got coached. And what's happening is We're, yeah, I love paying it forward and coaching others. That's what she's saying. Right. We'll do that when I get back from the shops. Okay, Julie, that's wonderful. And Julie, so probably I would say you probably would get contacted tomorrow. Your tomorrow would actually probably be Saturday, just to let you know. So are you excited, Julie? Well, let me ask you this. Are you curious at a minimum? Because there you're going to see an interview, for example, with the top weight loss nutrition physiologist rated in the world. He's tops in the world on the planet. And he'll tell you why they will never recommend any form of traditional diet ever again to any of their patients. And they're the top people in the world for 40 years, 4 decades. So you're in really good hands, right? Look, Janet's saying, someone help me and save my life. Good, Julie. That's wonderful. We're glad to hear that. So who else would like to ask me a question? Or if you want to, wow, we're almost at 7,000 likes. That's wonderful, everybody. Just tap, tap, tap on the screen. Plus, yeah, Janet's saying the community is amazing. Plus, Dr. Paul, who did the research, is so accessible to us as well. Exactly. So who else would like to ask me a question? Or if you're better than that, if you want me to tell you, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and how much you weigh, I'll tell you how rapidly that you can lose weight. Or not. Time flies when you're having fun. Hello, Ann Margaret. Hello, Rita and Taria. Or not. They're on for about a second. I don't know how they're able to make a decision in a second, but I guess they can. I'm not sure how. Oh, you are back, Rita. Good, good, good. Hello, hello. Welcome aboard. Or welcome to the oh, Ann Margaret. Hello. So I didn't lose both of you. Okay. So I don't know how much of this you heard, but let me ask both of you right away. How curious are you about this protocol? She really lost 60 pounds in 90 days, no diet, just natural detox with food, no products. And you can safely lose pounds in weeks, not months, build 6 to 9% lean muscle, no exercise, and keep it off for the rest of your life. And it's backed up, just so you know, it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, which are on the website. The website, you can see it at the very top next to the little red heart, the New Health Conversation, or right above her head in blue. That's the free medical website to go. We won't even contact you if you go there. But here's what I'd like to do. I've been doing for people all morning. Okay, so whether it's Rita or Ann, whichever one who wants to do it, but or both. If you'll tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you on this how rapidly you can lose the weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. It's going to blow your mind. It'll blow your mind when I tell you what's possible. So either Rita or Ann, if you want to tell me how tall you are and your current weight, and I mean, you won't believe what I'm going to share with you. Now, understand, so you're not an experiment. In the New Health Conversation is a movement. It was started 23 years ago by one person. That one person was me. And it's grown. We've helped over 500,000 people in 20 years. So, okay, so you're 5'7" and you're 140 pounds. I'm sure that's the pound sign, right? Is that correct? Or is it 140 kilos or is it 140 pounds? 5 feet, 145. Ann, you're 5 feet and you're 145. Okay, Ann, we'd want you to be about 100 pounds. That's 45 pounds to lose. Ann, you're going to lose 6 pounds in the first 4 days. Thanksgiving, I'd see you at about 126, 127. Christmas, very close. So, my God, you're going to be within 20. Yeah, by Christmas, there's no reason at all. You'll probably be like, I'm going to say, 105 pounds by Christmas. Tell me how excited you'd be if between now and Christmas you could lose close to 40 pounds. It's not unusual. We see it all the time. Well, I don't know about changing the world, but I'm doing my best, okay? So again, Rita, I'm confused. So 5'7", 5 feet 7, but how many pounds are you? Because if you're 140 pounds, you're pretty much there, other than the fact you'd want a detox, which is a whole different discussion. So is that what you're saying? So Rita, you're 140 pounds? Or I'm not sure what that sign is. That to me looks like the dollar sign for the English pound, but I could be wrong. So yes. Oh, okay, that's better. 160. Okay, that's much better. So Rita, 5'7", 160. All right. So Rita, at 5'7", you'd want to be about 65 kilos, right? and you're currently 79. So you got 14 kilos to go. This is a no-brainer. You're going to lose 2 or 3 kilos in 4 days. Within 30 days, you should be down at least 8 or 10 kilos. By Christmas, you'll be at your goal weight. So Rita, I'm not kidding you. That's absolutely not a problem, because we want you to be around 65 kilos. You'll absolutely be there by Christmas. How excited would that make you? Good boy, Rutherford, 162. You're 89 kilos. So you're 100, let's see, 180. So you're about 5, 6, 7. So you're not that bad. See, 5, 7, 1, 8. Okay, so I would say you'd want to probably be about, if you're 80 kilos, unless I did math wrong in my head, you'll be there, you'll lose 9 or 10 kilos in like 3 weeks. That's nothing. That's just normal on this good boy. Can you imagine that? How much would that excite you? Oh, Janet, it's just, I'm so used to it. Solarita, are you excited about that? Tell me, Solarita, if you're excited about being at your goal by Christmas. Is that not the best Christmas present you could ever give yourself? Yeah, of course not. This works. Yes, yeah, I'll explain to all of you, CC and everybody else. And CC, before I do that, Celie, sorry. If you want to tell me male, female, how tall, your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can do it. And then I'm going to do a walkthrough for everybody. I'll walk you through, including you, good boy, so Rita, everybody else that wants to listen. I'll explain to you. Yeah, I know, I'm good at math. But I will absolutely explain to all of you how to do it. But Celie, if you want me to do it, please put it in the chat right away, because I don't want to hold up people. So Nini, I'm 261. I see that, Nini, but how tall are you? Without knowing how tall you are, it doesn't mean anything to me. I need to know how tall you are. Celie, I'm 5'6", okay, Celie, 213, 5'6". We'd want you to be about 130. That's going to be 70. That's going to be 60, 50, 53 pounds. So 53 pounds. Celie, again, in the first 4 days, at least 5 pounds. I see you Thanksgiving, you're going to be at about 196. By Christmas, 196. You should be close to 176. So let's do 176 down to 130 is 46 pounds. By the end of February, what happened? By the end of February, you should be 130, just to let you know. How much will that excite you, Celie? 130 by the 1st of February. Yes, please, about to head out to Rough Talk. Okay. Nini, I'm 261, I'm 5'1". Again, 5'1", you want to be about 115 pounds. That's 115. So you're going to have 85, you got about, what did I say, 115? So you need to lose about 236 pounds, okay? So here's the good news, Nini. In the first 4 days, you'll probably drop 8 or 10 pounds. By Thanksgiving, easily, probably 235. Christmas, probably 230. By 205 by Christmas. So 205, and then we want you to get down to, let's say 115. So that's about another 90 pounds. No reason at all you can't be at your goal by early March or middle of March. Nini, how excited would you be about that? Okay, here's another one. Use a 712. I'm 5'5", 180. Male or female? I need to know if you're male or female. Look, Janet Anderson, the lady right there, she lost 13 pounds in 11 days, 100 pounds in a year, and she's kept it off for 12 years. How can you join this? You go right here to this here's the website for everybody. Now, I am going to explain it to everybody, but I want to do all the consultations first. Conversation. So it's the New Health Conversation for all of you to go, okay? Nini, I'd love that. Well, you can do it. Well, I mean, Nini, go to the website, get a free coach. Celie, what did you miss, Celie? I thought I went over your weight numbers with you to tell you how much you lost. But you see it's right there. It's how we're supposed to eat. Yeah, exactly. So here's the website again, Celie and everybody else. The New Health Conversation. It's free to go there. We will not contact you if you go there. The only thing, if you go there, scroll down, you get a free coach and a free consultation. The coaching is free the entire time. So let's talk about, and no loose skin, she's saying also. The lady talking there is this lady here who lost 100 pounds and she's kept it off for 12 years. 12 years. Pretty impressive, I would say. And she's right there, Janet Anderson. You can see her. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm on the train. I see. Okay. Well, can you see the new health conversation? Can you see that, Seeley? And Nini, you heard what I said. All right, everybody, I'm going to explain it to all of you now. So first of all, let's talk about who invented this. It was invented by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world who had done 100 studies over 40 years analyzing every kind of diet out there. They're considered the world experts on weight loss. And what they finally got frustrated and said, they were paid to analyze diets. Well, they're the top weight loss researchers in the world. That would make sense, right? But they never found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off. And 2/3 of everybody on every diet, I'm sure a lot of you experienced that, gained more weight than they lost. And they lost, the weight they were losing was 25 to 40% was lean muscle mass. Disaster. That's why all your diets fail you long term. They all fail you. So the researchers went to these regions called blue zones. Maybe you've heard of it, everybody, where people are living to be, or a lot of them live to be 100. They're not overweight and no one gets sick. And they were doing 3 things that became part of this. Number 1, they had smaller portion sizes in their food, but the foods they consumed had high levels of nutrition, and they detoxed every couple months. So that's the basis behind this. So let's tell you exactly what she did. First, she got a grocery list that she took to the grocery store, and she bought proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, vegetables, and salads based on serving sizes, nothing to do with calorie counting, any of it. No calorie counting. You got it? But so take whatever you spent last month on food total, take 30% of that. That's all you're going to spend this month at your grocery store. The other 70% of the money you have left or thereabouts goes for these exotic foods that other researchers found in Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that represented huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food, and it's how this is a detox. So let's back up again. Does everybody on here believe we're living in a toxic world? And do you believe you're toxic? Because if you don't, you're kidding yourself. We're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating, not just toxin or chemicals. We're breathing in poisons, things like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon and flame retardants. And as they enter our body, the brain, to protect you and me, takes those chemicals and stuffs them inside your visceral fat. I don't even have to ask you. I guarantee any of you that want to lose weight, you're complaining about the bloating that you have in your body. You got it? That's your body warning you you're storing chemicals in your fat cells. And again, don't everybody ever tell you you burn fat on a diet or on exercise. This does not burn fat. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with a certain number of fat cells, and those fat cells expand and contract over your lifetime. That's it. So on this, it's a full-blown detox. So what the researchers did, now let's review again. Take your food budget, take 30% of the money you spent, that's all you're going to buy at the grocery store. And you're going to get a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables, and salads, and the serving sizes. Our coaches give you that list for free. The other 70%, because you buy nothing from us. We don't have anything to sell you. There are no products. The other 70% you get from these researchers who've gone to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand to bring back these foods with huge amounts of nutrition, small amounts of food. Then they went one step farther. They invented a new way of eating that's a registered trademark in the U.S. Patent Office. I know you have patents in Australia too, so you'd understand what I'm saying. And what they proved was that the way you ate these foods allowed your body to detox. So here's what you do until you get to your goal. What did she do until she got to her goal? 5 days a week, she was having 4 meals a day. She started with the world's these exotic foods around the world that the researchers have called the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint, which is the only thing your body cares about. There's so much nutrition in those foods that unless you're on a prescription for low iron or low calcium, those foods contain about 400 different nutrients. So you're literally able to flood your body with nutrition with very small amounts of food. So that's breakfast, lunch from the grocery store list, dinner from your grocery store list, and a 4th meal after dinner from the world's most perfect meals. That's 5 days a week, 4 meals a day. 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods from around the world. This time she ate 8 times a day. She was eating every hour and a half for 2 hours. It's not a fast. No one was starving. Diabetics on this, no one had insulin spikes. People weighing 400 pounds weren't hungry, or 200 kilos. They weren't hungry. Why? Because you've never ever been hungry for a calorie in your life. If I teach you nothing else, it's that. The only thing you've ever been hungry for is nutrition. And the reason diets don't work is really pretty simple. Your brain calculates how much nutrition is in your body to run all the organs. When you go on a diet, what are you doing? You're reducing the amount of food you're consuming. But really, what are you reducing? Nutrition. The brain freaks out and turns your muscles into fuel. We know that 25 to 40% of everything you lose on an every diet is what? Lean muscle mass. which slows down your metabolism. That's why you gain all the weight back. But worse, when you lose lean muscle, you slow down your own immune system. So whatever diet you're on, you're making yourselves unhealthy. That doesn't sound too good, does it? Now, how do they know that this is a detox? Here's how they know. They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved that the body was removing these poisons from the fat cells. Look at how much she shrank. That's why people accuse me of it's a different woman. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. I'm not going to Photoshop the daughter of a friend of mine. Her whole body shrank, her whole body. This is going to change your lives. And that's, now what about maintenance? Simple. Breakfast this morning like me. Look, I lost 20 kilos or 40 pounds in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. But anyway, breakfast, world's most perfect meal. A lunch and dinner, only 3 meals a day. And then every 2 months, I do another 48-hour detox. Now, why do I continue to detox? Because the poisons, the toxins aren't going on vacation. Don't kid yourself. My God, they found 2-3 months ago around the world now, they're finding microplastics in our brain and in our coronary arteries. I don't care where you live. 1 cup of Starbucks coffee, you're getting 25,000 microplastics in every cup of coffee. And I like Starbucks, but I'm going to start using porcelain China cups from now on. Do you all understand the significance of this? It's not a diet. Don't do it to lose weight. Do it to assist your own body in detoxifying. Now, did you know that your body every single night, as long as you don't eat too late, it has a built-in detox system called autophagy, which once your body digests the food, it slows down your nutrition, your digestion, and turns on this natural detox every night to get rid of the dead cells. That's what these researchers tapped into. That's why they needed the foods from around the world, because they could give her really small amounts of food, very little digestion involved, but huge amounts of nutrition, because you still need the nutrition for the fuel to run the mechanism that allows your body to detox. Does this make sense to everybody? There's nothing like this on the planet, and it's the only program. It's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It is safe, it's real, and everything I'm sharing with you is exactly what they did in the medical trials, and all our coaches have experienced that. You get a free consultation and free coaching. Did you hear what I just said? How much is the consultation? $0. How much is the coaching? $0. We all got coached. Now, does anybody have a question for me? Yeah, it's bringing the blue zone to you. That's a great way to say it, Janet. And the chemtrails. Okay, so look, she's telling me the chemtrails are terrible in Australia. You get it already. Do you understand? You get it? And all of you, listen, every one of you, including my great friends in Australia and the Kiwis, we all suffer from this medical syndrome called TDOS. It's a registered trademark with the U.S. Patent Office. Therefore, it's around the world. T is for the toxic chemicals that we're breathing, drinking, eating daily, caused by the fact that our food, even though you think it's organic and it's great, it doesn't have enough of this nutrition to empower your body to remove the chemicals. Is your body detoxing you? There's no products involved, and causing us to be overweight and stressed. Who invented it? Who's Peter Greenlaw? That would be me, everybody. I guess I invented it. No, I did invent it. And I'm not trying to tell you to impress you, but I want to impress upon you. I discover a medical syndrome that every person in the world has. Maybe you want to listen to me. Maybe you don't. Because my critics, they always want to take me on and tell me it's BS and whatever. I just laugh. And I go, how many medical syndromes have you, the critics that come on here? I laugh. It's just so funny. Yeah, Janet, laugh out loud. So Rita, so you get this. Yeah. So who else would like to ask me a question? Yeah, it's the capability. Here's what's so great about this. It's our body doing it, and you're doing it with food. No lotions, potions, pills, products, no. Substances, no. You're doing it with food and a different way of consuming the food that they invented. It's so easy to maintain. I lost 20 kilos, 40 pounds in in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. Kept it off. Kept it off. So Rita, are you excited to go to the website? Are you totally stoked to go to the website? And I think it's Lily or CC on the train. I get that. Yes, they are. Yeah, absolutely, no question. But again, you have to understand that there's still nutrients that exist like in Mongolia and in Russia and in Tibet and South America. Um, they don't exist. Actually, some of this stuff comes from New Zealand. Your Kiwis. So that's one of the five country ingredients or nutrients that are part of this. Biggie cheese. If you already have them, they'll diminish. We have a young woman right now that's had 6 children, 6. And she was just telling us the other day, and she wanted to gain weight. She was underweight. And she said that she can't believe it now. She's wearing a bikini because all of her stretch marks are gone. I don't want to promise you that, but it appears that it really diminishes stretch marks, really, massively. So who else would like to ask me? Oh, look, Janet's saying, and by the way, Biggie Cheese, this is Janet, just so you know who you're talking to. 100 pounds, kept it off for 12 years. So that's who's talking to you about the stretch marks. And you can see her on the left. You would think she would have some pretty significant stretch marks, losing 100 pounds and keeping it off for 12 years. It's just amazing that we have her on here. We're so lucky to have her. And you're absolutely willing to put in the chat if you want. I'm sure she'll answer whatever question you want. I have to go to work. Thanks so much. Good. And so, Retta, you understand the website. You know where to go. I'm going to put it one last time for you and for everybody else. The New Health Conversation. Here it is right there. Come on. There it is. The New Health Converse. I even spelled it right. Do you see it all? And now we're at 11,000 likes. Come on, everybody. Let's keep tapping on the screen. So Retta, just so you know, that's the website for all of you to go to. It's absolutely free to go there. We won't contact you. The only way we'll contact you is if you scroll down and you decide you want to coach. But the coaching is 100% free. So who else would like to ask us any questions? A lot of hearts coming up, a lot of hearts. Everybody, just tap on that screen, tap on that screen. No, thank you, Soretta. We hope we can, not hope, we know we can help you. We can help any of you. All you have to do is go to the website. It's free to go there and see. So any of the new people that are seeing this for the first time, yeah, she lost 60 pounds in 90 days, no dieting, just a natural detox with foods, not products, and discover how you can safely drop pounds in weeks, build 6 to 9% lean muscle with 0 exercise and keep it off forever, backed by 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies. How does that sound to everybody? Pretty good? Marks. I'm not sure what marks are. What are you talking about, Biggie Cheese? What do you mean for marks? I'm not quite sure what you're. Oh, Biggie Cheese, mine have diminished. Okay. Biggie Cheese, you've got this. We take one day at a time. There you go. So again, I'm waiting for anybody else. If you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight on this. It's not a diet. It's about detox. As a matter of fact, for all of you, hello, Blackie Stanny. Stretch marks, I think, is what he meant. Oh, okay. He meant stretch marks. Okay. And you already addressed that. So hopefully also, Janet, you are picking up nuggets, I hope, anyway, right? You're seeing what I'm doing now and how much I've changed my approach. Does that make sense? Well, we can talk about it later, but I hope that you're observing. Oh, good. Oh, Kyle, I'm 5'10", 240. Okay, Kyle. So Kyle, we'd want you to be at 5'10", no more than, let's say 180, that's 60 pounds. Get ready for this, Kyle. In the first 4 days, you should be down about 8 pounds. By Thanksgiving, I'd see you at about 215, 217, somewhere in that range. Christmas, you're going to be under 200 pounds. You probably would be about 196, 197. So let's go with 196. We want you to be 180, that's 16 more pounds. Kyle, by before the end of January, you will be 180. Tell me how excited you'd be about that. And the other thing you need to know, Kyle, these people were not even allowed to exercise, and they all gained 6 to 9% lean muscle mass. I'm going to show you the picture, Kyle, of a 65-year-old man, a diabetic, who did this. Now, this is extreme. This is one of the highest levels we've seen. Look at that. Look at that, Kyle. He lost 40 pounds and 52 inches in 30 days. Look at his stomach on day 1 and look at his stomach on day 30, and that's with no exercise at all. But the most impressive thing, look at his A1C from 8.4 to 6.4, triglycerides 242 to 124. So the numbers that I'm giving you are very, very conservative. They really are, because you don't really have, in our world, you don't have that much weight to lose. I mean, we're working, the most I've ever worked with was a gentleman. He was your height, and he weighed 587 pounds. That's a bit to go. So you're not that far off. It's just you need guidance. You need a different, because let's be honest, Kyle, if you were going to lose 20 pounds, forget you heard about this. How long would you give yourself? Put it in the, yeah, Kyle, isn't that super? And then look at this gentleman here. Hold on, Ken. Look at that, 34 pounds in 29 days, Kyle. No, I'm not promising you that. I'm promising you about half of that. But you got to understand, we're not making things up, Kyle. We have done, listen, Kyle, the New Health Conversation, which is a movement that was started 23 years ago, actually by me, one person. It's grown. We've helped over 500,000 people. So we have the data. When I'm giving you the numbers, it's because we have data from 500,000 male and females. So I know approximately when you're telling me you're that height and that weight, I know what's possible and I know what you should weigh and could weigh. But if you were going to want to diet, yeah, 6 months, Kyle, 6 months. Look what he lost in 29 days. It's not even a month, Kyle, not even a month. Kyle, how excited are you? And Kyle, what you can do, this is the free website everybody can go to, and I'm going to explain how they're doing it here in just a moment. So Kyle, let me ask you a question now that we're friends. I mean, I hope we are. Do you believe we're living in a toxic world, and do you believe you're toxic? Because the whole point of this, it's a detox. It is not a diet. There's no counting calories, and none of these people were even allowed to exercise. They wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. Not that the researchers were against exercise, but it was because they wanted to eliminate exercise. Otherwise, you'd say, oh, they lost weight because it was diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. They eliminated that altogether, so that didn't even come out. Let's go, friend. Yes. Okay, good. And you do believe you're toxic then, right? Because if you don't, you're on the wrong podcast, and I don't want to waste your time. All right, so Kyle, for you and for everybody else that's coming on here, let's go back and look at Curtis here for just a moment. So 65-year-old man, 40 pounds, 52 inches in 30 days. It's not a diet. He didn't count calories. It's a detox, and it was invented. Let me go back to the beginning. It was invented by the top weight loss nutrition research team of physiologists in the world, the top people. They'd done 100 studies over 40 years, thousands of people. And Kyle, they never found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off. And 2/3 of everybody on every diet gained more weight than they lost. And they found that the weight that people were losing, 25 to 40% was lean muscle mass. And that's why people gained all the weight back. Because as you lose lean muscle mass, Kyle, your body does two of the most unhealthy things that could ever happen to you. One, it slows down your metabolism. That's why you plateau and gain all the weight back. But number two, even worse, it absolutely positively slows down your own immune system. So Kyle, whatever diet you've been on, are on, whatever, you're making yourself unhealthy. Now, again, I only back things up, Kyle, with medical proof. I've been a nutritional researcher for 23 years. I don't tell you that to impress you. I want to impress upon you. I've written 4 best-selling books, and I discovered this medical syndrome that you and me and everybody in the world has called TDOS. It's a registered trademark by the U.S. Patent Office. The T is for the toxic chemicals, poisons we're storing in our fat cells, driven by the lack of nutrition or enough in our body and our foods to empower our body to detox, causing us to be overweight and stress us out. This is every person in the world, registered trademark, Peter Greenlaw. Well, that's me. I discovered it. So I'm not just some person up here yakking, despite my detractors, okay? All right, so the researchers abandoned calorie counting. And what they did, Kyle, they went and looked at these people in these blue zones, where people, some are living to be 100 years old, no one seems to get sick, and nobody's overweight. And they did 3 things that they incorporated into what you'd be doing. Number 1, much smaller serving sizes of food. However, those foods contain huge amounts of nutrition. That's one of the secrets to this, okay? It's not about calories, because your body can't count a calorie, doesn't know what a calorie is. It's never counted a calorie in your whole life. You might have counted them, but not your body. And you can't be hungry for calories since your body doesn't even know what it is. The only thing your body cares about is nutrition, okay? So the researchers said, they found smaller portions, high density nutrition, and they detoxed every 2 to 3 months. This is really what this is a detox. It's not a weight loss program, etc. I mean, the weight loss is, people like that, but that's not the main reason to do it. It's to allow your own body, to empower your own body to detox naturally. That's what this does. So here's what they did. First of all, they put a food list together that she got and you'd take it to your grocery store. And if you took whatever you spent last month, total dollars on food, you're only going to spend about 30% this month. And you're going to get a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables from our coaches. By the way, we do free consultation and we coach you the whole time for free. We all got coached. No, I'm not making this up. It's free coaching, free consultation, all right? The only thing you're buying is food, 30% from your grocery store. Now, here's what makes it work. The other 70% comes from these other researchers who literally had gone to Russia, to Mongolia, to Tibet, South America, and New Zealand to find these foods with huge amounts of nutrition and really small amounts of food, which is the key to allowing your own body to detox naturally. You got it so far? Then they invented a new way of eating. I'm not kidding you. It's a registered trademark U.S. patent office called protein pacing. You can all Google it. It's a legitimate, and what it boils down to is 5 days a week on this, she, you, me, whatever, you'd eat 4 times a day. You'd start with these exotic foods from around the world that the researchers call the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint. To give you an idea, Kyle, unless you're on a prescription for low iron or calcium, these foods contain 400 nutrients. Did you hear what it said? 400. So you're able to flood your body with the nutrition, which is the only thing the body cares about, but very small quantities of food. That's what's going to allow you to detox when I get to there. So let's breakfast, the world's most perfect meal. Lunch from your grocery store list, dinner from your grocery store list, and a 4th meal after dinner. That's 5 days a week. Now you're doing this until you get your goal, by the way, not forever, right? All right. Then 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store. This is the detox. Only those exotic foods around the world. And this time she was eating, and you would eat 8 times a day. You're going to eat every hour and a half for 2 hours. The diabetics on this, no one had insulin spikes. People weighing 400 pounds weren't hungry. Because again, you've never been hungry for a calorie. I'm sure no one ever told you this before. Only thing you can ever be hungry for is nutrition. So the hunger in our body and what people call the food noise is your body telling you, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, but not for more calories, more nutrition, right? Now, they then did, Kyle, this is the most extensive medical research that's ever been done in history on health, nutrition, and weight loss. And it's published in not 1, 2, or 3 medical journals. It's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world that deal with health, nutrition, and weight loss. This is groundbreaking. There is nobody else, at least I don't think, Kyle, you can tell me. I haven't had anybody been able to show me anybody on social media, be it MDs, PhDs, whatever, with one shred of medical evidence. So what did they find? They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved that they could see the poisons in those. They measured it. Secondly, hunger came down 60% in a month. The diabetics on this, they had to cut their meds by 50% in a month. And here was the big one, Kyle, that all of us suffer from: inflammation. It came down 25% in a month. No diet's ever touched anything like this. And then the last part is maintenance. How simple is maintenance? You have the world's most perfect meal. I did this morning, my breakfast every morning. I had lunch. I'm going to have dinner tonight, only 3 meals now. And then every 2 months, I do another 48-hour detox. Now, I know that was a lot of information. There's a lot more information actually on the website, Kyle. What's on there is an interview with the #1 nutritional researcher in the world. He and his team created this. You'll be fascinated listening to him say they will never, ever recommend any traditional diet ever again having these results. They said it would be unethical for them to do that. There's also a longer explanation of what you do on 5 days a week and what you do on 2 days a week. And if you go there, we will not contact you on my kids' lives, my grandkids' lives. We don't need to, Kyle. Here's why. We want you to make your own decision. If you like what you're seeing, you scroll down and you get a free consultation with a coach, and that coach will coach you the whole time. We all got coached, and the coaching is 100% free. The New Health Conversation is a movement, Kyle, and people are joining with us. Like I said, I started 23 years ago with one person, that was me, and we've helped over 500,000 people, Kyle, in 23 years. Before COVID, I was lecturing 4 or 5 nights a week. I'd done 1,500 live lectures in the United States, Canada, Mexico. They even flew me to China. I was a keynote at Autism One in Chicago, the largest autism conference in the world. So again, I'm not just some guy up here talking, despite my critics that want to come on and tell me he's full of BS, whatever. They're nonsense. Because the thing is, What I have going for me is the proof in these 10 peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. You're not an experiment, Kyle. We know what we're doing. When I gave you those numbers about how much weight you can lose, it's backed on 500,000 pieces of data that we have over 23 years. We know as a man or a woman, if we know how tall you are and your weight, based on this, not on a diet. A diet could never touch this. And also we have the proof that's detoxing. Does that make sense? So, okay, so let's see, hold on just a second. Biology major. Oh, we have a chemist on here now. So Kyle, are you excited? God hands, thank you. I'm a biological science major and holistic nutritionist, and everything Peter's saying is 100% right. How cool is that, everybody? How about women going through menopause? Oh my God, Ann Margaret, menopause, perimenopause, fantastic. Janet, if you're still on, can you comment on that? Now, Ann, here's who we're talking to. This woman here lost 100 pounds 12 years ago. 12 years ago, and she's on here right now, and I'm sure she'll answer you about perimenopause or menopause because it's just so amazing. Now, it's not that it cures it, but it massively lowers the symptoms. So again, Janet, so thank you for the research, the community, and the brilliant company. I want that, says Asmat. Okay, hold on just a second here, everybody. Okay, let's do this. I need this list, plus I fast 24-hour eating windows, 20 hours, no food. Kyle, that's one of the, Kyle, don't get mad at me. I'm going to read you the science. You are being so ripped off on that, it isn't even close, okay? So first, let me read, here's, let me find it. Here's, this is from Harvard Medical School. Listen to this, Kyle. Time-restricted eating, such as the popular 16-8 method, where you fast 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window, is often touted as a superior approach to weight loss and health compared to simple calorie restriction. However, the growing body of scientific evidence from randomized controlled trials and meta-analysis proves that any benefits from time-restricted eating are due to calorie deficit it creates rather than any timing issues. You're fooling yourself. But one more big study that should concern you even more, this is from the Journal of the American Medical Association, a 3-month study on what you're doing. They said our research found that overweight adults who were assigned to routinely fast 16 hours daily over 3 months gained almost no benefit from it, lost 2 to 3 pounds, and the weight they lost was lean muscle mass. So what you're losing, anything you've lost so far, is your lean muscle mass. This blows that away. It's not even in the same zip code. So the people that are promoting that, interesting, I'll ask you this, Kyle. Are they showing you one shred of medical evidence? Oh, they'll show you before and after, and they're writing on a board. It's all nonsense. They don't have any medical proof, and it does nothing to detox. It does nothing to lower inflammation in your body, not even in the same zip code. Does that make sense, Kyle? How we can reaching. Let's do this. I need this list plus. Okay, so Kyle. So thankful for you. Okay, people are complimented. Thank you, Janet. That's so nice of you. So what is it? Bawa. Okay, Kyle, yes, I want it reaching for sure. Okay, and okay, here we go, perimenopause. Okay, for Kyle and everybody else, here's the free website. Sorry, it's the new. And Kyle, I promise you, if you go there, we're not going to contact you on my kids' lives and my grandkids' lives, because we don't need to, Kyle. The medical proof, a peer-reviewed human trial study, which you'll see, they're on the website. It's irrefutable medical evidence. It's already been scrutinized by the top medical experts in the world. Not this nonsense of like time-restricted eating, which is nothing gimmick. It's just a calorie. I mean, you think it sounds good, but what's the medical proof? 25 to 40% of what you're losing is lean muscle mass, like on all diets. So now are you excited? Are you fired up, Kyle? If I get you fired up, are we still friends? Yep, nope, yes, okay. And here's the website again, Kyle. I know I'm repeating. There it is. You can see it, the New Health Conversation. So you got it, Kyle? Ann Margaret, what did you... Ann, if you want to tell me how tall you are, and you... did we already do that? Ann, did I already do your numbers for you? And again, Jan, I'm in perimenopause, and this has helped. Great. I want to be reaching as men... I'm not sure. Well, you can reach us at the New Health Conversation. So, Ann, are you encouraged? Are you excited? You love what Janet's telling you. I mean, it's so cool that she's on here. I didn't know she was coming on. Janet, tell them, this is not a setup. I had no idea you were coming on. Am I correct? Please tell them. I'm always the target of all this stuff. All I'm trying to do, the New Health Conversation is a free medical website for all of you to resource around the world to see the medical proof. I don't want you to believe me. You don't have to believe me. Why would you need? We've got the medical proof for all of you. Good, 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 good. Yeah, Asmith, here's where you go. So here's where you go. Okay, hold on. I know I keep repeating it all, but I want to make sure you understand that you go to the New Health Conversation, and don't do at the New Health Conversation. That's my TikTok site. There's no medical research there, and you don't get a coach. But I have 1,200 videos there in case you do want to go look. They're all like 8 or 10 minutes, okay? Who else would like to ask me a question? I lost 85 on my own, and my weight has been yeah, man. Ann, do you understand what I explained to you? Let me explain it again, Ann. Maybe I went a little bit too fast. So, Ann, let's talk about Ann, be honest with me. Some form of calorie counting. Am I correct? What diet, when you say on your own, what plan did you do? No, Kyle, it's not at the New Health Conversation. That's what I was trying to tell you, Kyle. It's this. It's just the new. Kyle, hold on. It's just the New Health. No, if I could spell it would be great. Conversation. All right, Ann, so tell me. Okay. Health conversation. Yeah, I did it. Okay, Kyle, there it is. It's just the New Health Conversation. Okay, Ann, no, I did portion control. Okay, here's what was wrong with that. The body doesn't care about how much food is on your plate. The only thing your body cares about is how much nutrition you're putting in your body. And even if you did organic, okay, we know, and we have the proof that organic food in 200 studies, I wrote about it in one of my books, when they did 200 studies on organic, it was 10 to 15% better than regular food. It was still woefully short in nutritional density or nutritional content. That's why the researchers on this only let you have 30% of your food there are portion control, but the portion controls are based on the amount of nutrition you need in order to run all the systems in your body. Sadly, what you've done by using even organic food, you don't have enough nutrition to run all the organs, and your body has been eating your fat, your muscle, slowing down your metabolism. That's why it's creeping back. You have slowed your metabolism down, and you've slowed down your own immune system. These researchers, they limited to how much food you would buy from your grocery store to 30% of the total for the month only. They picked the foods based on, for example, if you're going to do steak or hamburger, it's got to be grass-fed and it has to be finished. So they give you, if it's a carbohydrate, they'll tell you what kind of carbohydrate and the serving size, but only 30%. The reason they use these other foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, and they represented huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food, which is what the people in these blue zones that are living to be 100 years old did. So you were on the right track. You just didn't have the right food to execute it, right? And then the eating pattern itself was so critical. So that's why 5 days a week, you're having 4 meals a day, starting with the exotic foods for breakfast, no food from your grocery store, lunch from the grocery, dinner from the grocery, and a 4th meal. And then 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods. Now, if you tried to do that with regular food, you simply would not have enough nutrition to empower your own body to remove the chemicals. And does that make sense? Do you understand now? Do you understand why that weight is creeping back and will continue to creep back no matter with your best intentions? Because you have absolutely lost lean muscle mass. It's not up for debate. It's not my opinion. Now let me read to you, everybody, about the shots, which I'm not against the shots. They're helping diabetics and they're helping people morbidly obese. But let's look at the real evidence and let's compare it to this young woman here who had 30 pounds to lose. She lost 21 pounds in a month. Now, this is the New England Journal of Medicine. It's on our website. You'll see their study. Again, everything I'm sharing with you is on our website. As far as these journals and things. Now, so this was 68 weeks, everybody. That's a year and 4 months. Once semaglutide in adults overweight or obese. 68 weeks. Reading from the study, the weight loss after 68 weeks was 32 pounds, and of the 32 pounds people lost, 40% was lean muscle mass, and they went on to say this is clinically relevant reduction in body weight. 32 pounds in 68 weeks. She lost 21 pounds in a month and gained 6 to 9% lean muscle. Now do you understand, Ann? It's not even in the same zip code. The shot, we're not against them, is nothing more than a scheme to reduce the amount of food you're consuming. And what they never tell you is when you reduce the amount of food you're consuming, because the food we're consuming is already nutritionally insufficient. So when you went to portion sizes and you began to lose weight, sadly, up to 40% of what you've lost so far is your lean muscle mass. It slowed down your metabolism, and that's why your weight's creeping back. Now do you understand, Ann? It's not your fault. You did nothing. Oh, good, good. Right. And Ann, you know the website to go to, right? I know I get redundant, but I just want to make sure people understand. Or they can see it right there at the very top next to the little red heart, the New Health Conversation. That is the website. Or in blue right above her head, the New Health Conversation. That's the website to go to. And Ann, if you go there, we're not going to contact you. You're going to, if you like what you see, you're going to contact us. Something else I should point out. It's too bad I've kept off for 15 years. I have the website. Thank you. Good, good, good. Yeah, I see you've been putting the website in the thing. So who else would like to ask me a question? Kyle, are you straight now? You understand? I think you're straight. And as Hams, who else? No, Ann, thank you very, very much. I hope you understand that this is all based on real science, nothing is my opinion. What I just shared with you is based, we have the medical proof to back it up. And remember, no diet you're on is removing any poisons, toxins from your body, lowering inflammation. The main reason to do this is not the weight loss, Ann, it's to make us as healthy as possible. Because for me, storing poisons in my fat cells doesn't seem like something I want to be doing. I'm being facetious, of course. Kyle, good, Kyle. Health and longevity, that's what she's saying. That's absolutely true. And so, wow, we're at 17,000 likes already. Let's keep everybody, if you'll just tap on the screen, let's get to 20,000. I know we can do it. Come on, everybody. I'm really excited. We've been an hour and 47 minutes. I'm going to keep going for at least another, let's say, another 45 minutes or more. No, more than that, probably, until my voice. I'll go as long as people keep coming on. Oh, Janet, I have a female client, 5'2", 140. Okay, first of all, if she's 5'2", she probably should be about 115 pounds. That's 25 pounds. So Janet, she'll lose at least 5 pounds in 4 days. I would say Thanksgiving, she's going to be approximately 122. I'd say by Christmas, she's going to be, oh my gosh, by Christmas, she'll be at her goal. She'll be like at easily 115, 120 by Christmas. What a Christmas gift for her. So again, who else would like to ask me a question? Or if you want to come on and you want, a few things that I want all of you to know. This is not Photoshop. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. There's no Photoshopping. She shed 60 pounds in 90 days, no diet, just natural detox with food, not products. And you can find out how you can safely drop pounds in weeks, build 6 to 9% lean muscle, zero exercise, and keep it off forever. And it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It's safe, it's real, it's based on food. There are no products, there are no substances. It's just based on food and a new way of consuming food. Does everyone get that? Great. So again, for any of the new people, do you believe, anybody on here, give me a comment if you're new, do you think we're living in a toxic world, and do you believe you're toxic? Because this is all about detoxification. It is not a diet. The weight loss is the least important part. Health, nutrition, and weight loss in that order. Health being the number one thing. Is there anything more important in any of your lives than your health? What would it be? What would be more valuable than your health? What would it be? Janet's saying absolutely. Now, just so you know, everybody, Janet Anderson there, I want to show you, this is her. She lost 100 pounds 12 years ago. She's kept it off for 12 years. 12 years. Look at her. She doesn't have any loose skin even. Look at, I mean, it's hard to believe it's the same person on the left because people would accuse us of saying, oh, it's a different woman. No, she's right there. It's her. Ask her. That's her. That's her. The only reason I'm laughing because I get people, like when I show them this picture, that's a different woman in a different ethnicity. No, not really. That's my friend's daughter. It is. It's my friend's daughter. I'm not going to fake things out. Look, she's so thankful for this protocol and it saved my life. That's Janet Anderson talking to all of you. So who else would like to make a comment or tell me again or find out for yourselves? If you'll tell me how male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose on this. Listen, we've been doing this 23 years. We've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. We'd love to be able to help you. And we don't sell anything. We don't have any products. You're buying food. There are no products. It's based on food and a new way of eating. We didn't invent it. We're just sharing it with everybody. I would like to understand what this is about. I got in here 5 minutes ago to watch, and I still. Chris Picks. All right, Chris Picks. How tall are you? Are you male or female? How tall and what your current weight is, and I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight. And it's not a diet. It's a detox. And what we're showing, the lady in the picture, who's the daughter of a friend of mine, she really lost 60 pounds in 90 days. No diet. It's detoxification with food, no products. And she she gained 6 to 9% lean muscle, no exercise. She's kept it off for 9 years, and it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It is not a diet, it's a detox. And hopefully, not hopefully, but I'm going to ask you, do you believe we're living in a toxic world, and do you believe that you're toxic? Oh, Sandra. Okay, I'm 5'2", I'm 186, 60 years old, female. Okay, Sandra, we would want you to be at 5'2", about 115. That's going to be 71 pounds. So you're going to lose, Sandra, in the first 4 days. And please, Chris Picks, I'll come back to you in a moment, I promise. She's given me her numbers. 5'2", 186. Okay, so you need to lose, in our world, you're going to want to lose about 71 pounds. You're going to probably lose 6 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, easily, you're going to be between 142 and 145. By Christmas, see, that's the crazy part. By Christmas, you're going to be 125 about. So to get down, let's say to 115, easily by the middle of January, you should be 115. Sandra, how excited would that make you? And that's without any exercise and losing least skin, and you're going to actually gain 6 to 9% lean muscle mass. And it's a detox. It is not a diet. So, Chris, let me explain it to you what this is. So, Chris, you didn't indicate, but good, Sandra, good. You'll be thrilled. And Sandra, here's where you can go, and everybody can go here for free. There's nothing to buy on this website. It's the New Health, HEL Conversation. And it's, whoops, hold on. I'm posting it for all of you at the bottom here. Okay, hold on, everybody. Oh, Chris, I was 170 when I started 3.5 weeks ago, and now I'm 164. I'm wondering, it's the same. What are you doing? So you've lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks. That wouldn't even register on a Richter scale. This is the kind of thing that happens on this. This is a low number. He lost, hold on just a second, let me show you. He lost 34 pounds in 29 days. I mean, there's no diet on earth. Chris, so if you don't mind, what diet are you on currently? Because in our world, that would be a real failure for us, a real failure. I mean, congratulate you for doing it, but it's not this and it does nothing. I need to know what you're doing so I can give a reasonable comment. Understand something, Chris. I've been a nutritional researcher for 23 years. I've written 4 best-selling books. I'm the biggest medical doctors in the world. I've appeared 20 times on PBS and have lectured live in universities and hospitals around the world for the last 23 years and spoken in front of over 500,000 people. Let's see. Okay, let me see if I did. I apologize, Chris. Let me go up here. I would like to understand what this is. I got here 5 minutes ago to watch, and I still don't know, okay? I think that was your comment. I don't see another comment until you came down and said, I was 179 when I started 3.5 weeks ago, and now I'm 164. I'm wondering if it's the same type. And then, so I'm not sure which, Chris, those are all the comments I have. So I apologize. Like I said, I'd like to understand what this is about. I got her 5 minutes ago to watch, and I still don't know. And then you said I'm 179 3.5 weeks ago. So what do you mean, Janet? That's all I'm seeing. I don't get it. What do you mean? It's in between those two comments. It's 2 or 3 comments above the last one I read. Sorry. Okay, hold on. It's in between. Okay, hold on. You must have missed my previous comment. Okay. Sandra, this is so easy. Sandra, listen. Sandra, I was once, okay, I read 179 when it started 3.5 weeks ago, and now I'm 164. I'm wondering if it's the same type. I would really, really highly doubt it. Okay, Chris, I would like to understand what this is about. So, Chris, those are the comments. I'm confused. Yeah, Chris, if you don't mind, I'm not trying to be dumb, and I'm not dumb, but that's all that's on the comment section. But Janet, those are the only 2 comments that I saw. I mean, I scrolled up and that's it. There were no other comments that I could see. But anyway, Chris, to make a long story short, this was invented by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. They had done 100 studies over 40 years, thousands of people, and came to one conclusion. They never found a diet ever in 40 years where people lost weight and kept it off. And 2/3 of everybody gained more weight than they lost. And also the weight that they were losing on every diet analyzed, 25 to 40% was lean muscle mass. That is the reason why everybody gains all their weight back on these diets, because when you lose lean muscle mass, it slows down your metabolism. But the real thing that's important is that we're all storing poisons inside our fat cells, herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon. And as they enter the body, the brain takes the chemical and stuffs it inside your visceral fat. And that's why when you see these people shrinking, it's because it's a detox. Also, this is the most advanced medical research that's ever been done in history on health, nutrition, and weight loss. And Chris, it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. In the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology, Nutrients, the Nutrition Journal, Frontiers in Nutrition, and Nature Communications, which is in the top 5 medical journals in the world. And this study was not even about the weight loss, it was about the gut health. So there's no comparison anywhere else of anything anywhere. So okay, Chris, so here's what they did. The researchers, they abandoned calorie counting. They said it just doesn't work. And so they said, we need a new approach. And so they went and researched these people living in these blue zones. A lot of them live to be 100 years old. No one's overweight and no one gets sick, or very little gets sick. And what they found were 3 things that morphed into this. Number one, those people were eating much smaller amounts of food, but really high levels of nutrition in the food they ate. And they also detoxed every couple months. So when the researchers put this together, here's what they did. And you'd get this if you, anyway, yeah, it's like bringing the blue zones to you. But anyway, they put a list together of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables based on serving sizes, nothing to do with calorie counting, okay? But only 30% of what she consumed, or 30% of what you would buy at your grocery store from that list. The other 70%, and here's what makes it work, is none of the other food you consume in a month came from any grocery store. It comes from other researchers who went to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand to find foods with huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food, which is how you allow your body to detox. So let me pause for just a moment. So now the researchers had the foods. Then they put together a new way of eating that's actually a registered trademark with the US Patent Office called protein pacing. You can Google it, right? And it was based on what they learned in the blue zone. So 5 days a week, she had 4 meals a day. She started only with these exotic foods around the world. That was breakfast, lunch from the grocery store, dinner from the grocery store, and a 4th meal after dinner from these exotic foods from around the world. And then 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store at all, only these exotic foods. But this time she ate 8 times a day. She was eating every hour and a half for 2 hours. The diabetics on this, no one had insulin spikes. People who weighed 400 pounds, they weren't hungry. See, Chris, one of the biggest fallacies out there is counting calories. The human body, well, as a matter of fact, I would ask everybody, including you. I didn't know what a calorie was 25 years ago. Counting calories is dead. It's over. It's finished. Even Harvard Medical School, I have the study right here. Harvard Medical School, stop counting calories. Here's what they said. The idea of a calorie in, calorie out when it comes to weight loss is not only antiquated, it's just wrong, says Fatima Stanford, obesity specialist, Harvard Medical School. Drop the calories notion, Stanford said. It's time to concentrate on what's inner food, not how much food we're consuming. That's what the researchers did, but they have nothing to do with Harvard, okay? So what happened is they then did the most extensive medical research in history on this. And they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved, number one, this was assisting the body in removing these poisons. That's why she shrank. That's why when you look at the 65-year-old man, hold on, let me show you him. He's a diabetic. He lost 40 pounds and 52 inches in 30 days. And look at his A1C. It went from 8.4 to 6.4. Triglycerides 242 to 124. That's in 30 days. No one's ever seen results like this on planet Earth. And it's all published in, like I said, the biggest medical journals in the world. So that's really sort of, and then maintenance, you have the world's most perfect meal every morning for food, for breakfast, 2 normal meals, and then detox every couple months because the toxins aren't going on vacation. This whole thing rests on one thing, and that is that we're toxic. We're storing toxins in our body. So anyway, that's the long and short of it. So she's saying there, I lost 13 pounds in 11 days. She ended up losing 100 pounds in about a year, but she's kept it off for 12 years. That's what's really impressive about this. But the reason to do this, Chris, is not to lose weight. That's a throw-in. And you're going to lose weight probably at least 3 times faster than what you've done so far. But again, if we lost the comment, I don't know what to tell you because I was diligent. I went back. I'm not trying to avoid you. I don't know what the question was. But anyway, whatever you decide, I wish you well. But again, you have to understand there's no diet you can be on that's ever shown removing a gram of toxin from your body or lowering inflammation or any of the other health. They saw blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides all plummet in just 30 days. This has never, ever been seen before in medical history. There's no diet out there that can compete with this. And there's the medical proof to back it up. So at any rate, who else would like to ask me a question? Or if you want to tell me if you're a man, how do I do this? Annis. Okay, so first of all, Annis, are you, please tell me, are you male or female, how tall you are, and your current weight, and then I'll tell you how you do this. It is not a diet. There's no calorie counting. They weren't even allowed to exercise. But if you want to tell me, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight, and then I'll tell you how you can do it. And another question for you. Do you believe we're living in a toxic world? And do you believe you are toxic? Yes or no? Please put it in the chat so I know. I'm just waiting for someone to type. So again, how do I do this? It's not a diet. It's about detox. Okay. Yes, for sure. And microplastics are freaking me out. Laugh out loud. Yeah. So Anissa Cox 6, I'm just waiting for you to tell me, do you believe we're living in a toxic world? Because if you don't, and you don't think you're toxic, then you're on the wrong podcast. Because this is all about teaching you about how your body can naturally detox and get rid of the poisons that were all good. And again, if you'd like me to do a quick overview, and then I'll explain to you how the detox works. But again, I need to know, are you male or female, how tall, and your current weight, and I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. No kidding. We've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. 500,000. It's not a diet. It's not about counting calories. And they weren't even allowed to exercise. They actually wear Fitbits to prove they weren't exercising. So if you want to give me those numbers, if not, I'll be happy to explain how this works because it's not a diet. It's a little bit complicated, but that's what makes it also so intriguing and why it does work. All right. Well, I'm going to explain it to everybody anyway. So first of all, it was invented by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in, Grace, I'm a woman 60 years old, 178, but I need to know, Grace, how tall you are. I'm going to keep going, Grace. If you put that in there, then I'll come back to you and tell you how quickly you can lose the weight. But first, I'm going to tell you how you can do it for all of you. So first of all, the researchers who created this are rated the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. They've done 100 studies over 40 years. You got it? And in that period of time, sadly, they never found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off. Worse, 2/3 of everybody gained more weight than they lost on any diet in 40 years, and 25 to 40% of everything they lost on every diet was lean muscle mass, which slowed down your metabolism, which is what's happening to you, and that's why you gain all the weight back. The other thing that they now know, that we know for sure, we're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating chemicals, poisons, things like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon. And as we ingest them, the body takes those poisons and stuffs them in your fat cells. And that's why I would say all of you that complain to us about the bloating you have in your body, it's your body warning you, telling you something is wrong. We're storing these chemicals in your fat cells, and those fat cells are expanding. Don't anybody ever tell you burn fat on a diet or exercise. It's a complete lie. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with a certain number of fat cells, and they can expand and contract over the course of your lifetime. So what's happening is the expansion in your body is due to the body trying to store these poisons. So what the researchers did, they went and researched in these blue zones. These are areas of the world where people living to be 100 years old. And no one gets sick and no one's overweight. And they did 3 things that are part of this. One, they had much smaller amount serving sizes, but really high levels of nutrition. And the third thing they did was detox. So here's what they did. The researchers put together for you, for her, for all of us, a grocery list that you literally would take to your grocery store, all of you. You're gonna buy food. The coaching on this is free. We'll get to that in a moment. But you're going to buy food, 30% from your grocery store, proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. And instead of calorie counts, you're getting serving sizes. You got it, everybody? That leaves 70% of what you haven't spent goes towards these foods that other researchers found in Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that represent huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food. That's how you're able to detox. We'll come to that in a moment. So they now had the foods, right? 30% of what you would spend is at your grocery store, the other 70% for these exotic foods from around the world. Then they created a new way of eating called protein pacing. You can look it up. It's a registered trademark with the U.S. Patent Office. What they did, 5 days a week, she would eat 4 times a day. You'd start with these exotic foods around the world for breakfast. You'd have lunch from the grocery, dinner from the grocery store, and a 4th meal after dinner, okay? 2 days a week, here's the detox. No food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods around the world. But this time she ate 8 times a day. She was eating every hour and a half for 2 hours. And they measured, were able to prove this was a detox. Now, let me back up for just a moment. Last night, when we all went to sleep, as long as we didn't eat too late, once our body digested food and slowed down our digestion, the body automatically every night detoxes. It's called autophagy, when your body takes out the dead cells. But the problem is that the foods that we're typically eating don't have enough nutritional firepower to basically upregulate that system to pull these poisons out of the fat cells until now. And they didn't do it with regular food, right? They only had 30%. As a matter of fact, on the detox day, they had no food from the grocery store, just these pure sort of nutritional powerhouses. But they proved it through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis that this was assisting the body in pulling these chemicals out of the body, and the fat cells shrank. If you look at her, I know a lot of you think it's a different woman. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. You lose 60 pounds in 90 days, you're going to look a lot different too, okay? Then, in addition, what they found through the medical, this is the most advanced medical science that's ever been done on nutrition, health, health, weight loss, and nutrition. Sorry, I got mixed up. And what they found was that hunger went down 60% in a month. People's blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides, all plummeted just in 30 days. And inflammation, which plagues every one of us, came down 25% in a month. No diet is ever, nothing compared to any of this. And it's all published in these, and like I said, not 1 or 2 or 3 journals, in 10. Now, why is that so important? Because each journal has their own criteria, their own experts who review your research. That's why it's called peer-reviewed. The journals themselves don't do the analysis. They send it out to other world-class experts who have one job: to discredit what you're proving. And this is all proven to be safe, and it really works. Aspen, how much is the, well, again, your average, you're going to probably spend about what you are now, maybe another $100 more a month. And then once you go to maintenance, then most people say they're spending about 25% less than they were before they ever started this, because all your cravings change. But again, you're doing it not to lose weight. You're doing it to detox. Does everybody understand that? I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. 23 years. I mean, this is crazy, okay? Okay, so let me see. Woman, okay, I missed some people. Grace. I'm 5'5", I'm 178. Okay, Grace, at 5'5", I'd want you to be no more than 120. That's 58 pounds. Grace, you should lose easily in the first 4 days about 6 pounds. I would say by Thanksgiving, you're going to be between 155 and 158. I would say by Christmas, you're going to probably be about 135. That means you've got about 15 pounds to go. Easily, Grace, by second or third week in January, you will be 130. Grace, tell me how excited you'd be about that. That's with no exercise, and it's a detox. You're detoxing your body, you're making yourself healthier. And Grace, if you want to know more, you can go to the website. It's free to go there. There's nothing to buy. It's only the medical proof, including an interview with the #1 health conversation. Putting the website at the bottom for you. It's right there in the comments. You can see it right there, the new health conversation. It's also, if you look at the very top, the little red heart to the right, the new health conversation, and then right above her head in blue, the new health conversation. That's the website. There's nothing to buy. There are no products. You go there, see the medical proof, and if you like what you see, scroll down and you get a free consultation and a free coach. The coaching's 100% free, no gimmicks, no tricks, no other shoe to drop. No, that's it. So how does that sound to everybody? To Grace, to everything? Who else would like to ask me a question? I want to make sure I didn't miss any comments. Okay. No, I'm just trying to look and see if I missed anybody. I feel bad that Chris, I tried like heck to find his other comment. I can't find it. Chris, it's between the two comments. There's no comment. Okay, wait a minute. Chris, I was 179, 3.5 weeks. Yeah, that's it. There's only 2 comments. Well, I'm afraid he got frustrated and probably left, but I did my best. I tried my best. So anyway, Grace, tell me, what do you think about that, Grace? How excited would you be about those numbers? Please put it in the chat and let me know. So again, Asman, you're going to spend, if you took your total food budget last month, that's about what you're going to spend, maybe another $100. It's very affordable, very, very affordable. And Grace, you understand that's the website, the New Health Conversation, where you go to get it. Grace, the consultation's free. The coach is free. So even if you decide you don't want to do it, you still get a free consultation because, again, why? Because we have kids as young as 2 doing this. We have a lady 91 years old. We have people with no thyroids. They got their thyroids removed for cancer. Yeah. We have people with no gallbladders. We have people, I mean, it's crazy. Women with perimenopause, menopause, PCOS, amazing. We're not curing anything or treating or diagnosing or preventing any medical conditions. All we're doing is sharing with you what's in the, I got 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies, 10 of them, not 1 or 2, 10. Can anybody name, whether it's you, Grace, or anybody? Oh, God, it's wonderful for Hashimoto's, wonderful. Oh, my gosh, Grace. See, Grace, it's not a diet. You get it? Part of your challenge with your weight is because you do have Hashimoto's. Imagine people with no thyroids, Grace. I mean, you get it? No thyroid at all. Losing weight crazy. Okay, Janet, thank you. I'll see you on the call later. Tonight is, it's our big night, Thursday night, right? So thank you, Janet, for being here. It's wonderful. So Grace, are you really excited? Are you really curious? You understand you've got a chance to change your whole life? Or not? Because no diet, Grace, has this medical proof. None of them work long term. And again, for everybody, here's the website, the New Health Conversation. There's nothing to buy. There's only thing there is the medical proof, the New Health Conversation. So anybody that wants to go there, we will not contact you. Something else I should tell all of you, including Asman and Grace. If you go to the website and you scroll down to get a coach, it'll say 100% money back guarantee. Let me clarify that. 30% of what you're going to spend of what you spent last month, you're buying at your grocery store. They're not going to give you a refund. But the other 70% that you're buying from these other researchers from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, they'll give you 100% of your money back on the 70% if it doesn't work. You have no risk. Your risk is you let your skepticism hold you back. You go on a stupid diet. You lose weight, which is most 25 to 40% is lean muscle, and you're going to gain it all back. Right? I mean, Medicare, I've got it right here. Where is it? Let me find it. Oh, here it is. Medicare's search for effective obesity treatments. Diets are not the answer. This is Medicare, everyone. Medicare, our researchers reviewed studies of long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets to assess whether any diet is an effective treatment for obesity. Our researchers found that 2/3 of dieters regained more weight than they lost on the original diet or when they started. In summary, there's little support for the notion that diets lead to lasting weight loss or health benefits. So you're all going on diets to gain weight. Did you all know that? That's great. What a great protocol we're all following here. So again, everybody, at the bottom there, you can see it, the new health or above our head, the little red heart to the right in red, the new health conversation. Free red website to go to. The coaching's free, but you got to buy food for a month, not from us. You're buying from your grocery store and from these other researchers who had gone around the world. What is fairer than that, everybody? Oh, the New Health Conversation is the website where the medical proof is, including there are 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies that are there. At the New Health Conversation, we won't even contact you if you go there. It's just the medical proof of this breakthrough, this new revolutionary detox. It's a detox. It is not a diet. So as you can see there, she lost 60 pounds in 90 days. No diet, just natural detox with food. There are no products. No products. And she was able to well, I'll tell you how fast she lost the weight, but she built 69% lean muscle, was not allowed to exercise. She kept it off for 9 years, and it's backed, like I said, by 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies. So round and ready. If you'd like to tell me, you don't have to, are you a man or woman, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll show you on this or tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. Now also, so you understand, the New Health Conversation was started 23 years ago with one person. That would be me. We've now had over 500,000 people do the New Health Conversation. So we have the data to support everything I would share with you. I'm going to give you a very conservative estimate about how much weight you can lose, how fast, and keep it off. The key is also you're keeping it off. And the key is it's not a diet, it's a detox. And we have the medical proof. We have blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis. We didn't do it, they did, proving this is helping your body pull the poisons out of your fat cells. Do you believe we're living in a toxic world? Do you believe you're toxic? Because you are. We're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating toxins and also poisons, things like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon. And as they enter the body, the brain to protect us is taking those poisons and stuffing them inside our visceral fat, the visceral fat around the organs. And that's why people complain about all the bloating that they're experiencing. The body's trying to tell us you're toxic, okay? Now also there's a new medical syndrome, just so you know, called TDOS. It's a registered trademark U.S. Patent Office. The T is for the toxic chemicals caused by the lack of enough nutrition to assist our own body in detoxing, overweight, and stress. Peter Greenlaw discovered it. Who's Peter Greenlaw? Oh, well, that would be me. So I discovered a medical syndrome that every person in the world has. I was one of the early adopters screaming about the fact we're storing chemicals in our body and people think that's okay. And you've obviously, I hope you've seen for 10 years now, the Roundup thing with Monsanto. But that's not the only herbicide and pesticide. Hell, 2 weeks ago they said 1 cup of Starbucks coffee, you're getting 25,000 microplastics in each cup of coffee. This is the world we're living in today. And in these diets, none of them work. None of them. There's not one shred of it. As a matter of fact, it's worse. Here's Medicare. Medicare's search for effective obesity treatments. Diets are not the answer. The researchers at Medicare reviewed studies of long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets to assess whether any diet is an effective treatment for obesity. The study showed that 2/3 of dieters regained more weight than lost on any diet. In summary, there's little support for the notion that diets lead to lasting weight loss or health benefits. So people are out there going on these diets, and 2/3 are actually gaining more weight than they lost. It's the biggest scam on the planet, calories in, calories out. It's completely debunked. It doesn't work. It's never worked. Because here's why. The human body has no idea what a calorie is. There's no way you could ever be hungry for a calorie when your body doesn't even know what it is. The only thing your body can ever be hungry for is nutrition. And these researchers who put this together went to blue zones where there's a lot of people live to be 100, no one's overweight, and no one gets sick. And the whole principle behind what they did was smaller amounts of food with high levels of nutrition. So they came back and they put a grocery list together of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables, but only 30% of whatever you bought last month at the grocery store, that's all the money you'd spend this month for the proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables, based on serving sizes, not on calorie counts. You got it? Then the other 70% of what you would spend and buy, you can't get at a grocery store. It actually comes from other researchers who physically had gone to Russia, to Mongolia, to Tibet, South America, New Zealand, to find these foods with huge amounts of nutrition and really small amounts of food, which is the key to allowing your body to detox naturally. You can't do this with organic food. They tried it. It doesn't work. Why? Because the reason they're only limiting you to 30% of your food from the grocery store, even organic, the food in the world now is becoming more and more nutritionally insufficient. By using those foods from around the world, they were able to turn the corner on this and prove it medically. They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis. And here's what they did per week until she got to her goal. 5 days a week, she had 4 meals a day. She started with these exotic foods from around the world, lunch from the grocery store, dinner from the grocery store, and a fourth meal after dinner, these exotic foods. Then 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods from around the world. But this time she ate 8 times a day. She was eating every hour and a half for 2 hours. And what they were able to prove through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis, that was triggering the natural detox mechanism of the body and pulling these poisons out of her fat cells, and that's why she shrank. And no, it's the daughter of a friend of mine. It's the same woman, it's the same ethnicity. She lost 60 pounds in 90 days, and there's lots more like her. You can look at Kristen right here. She only had 30 pounds to lose. She lost 21 pounds in 30 days. And you look at her stomach on day 1 and her stomach on day 30. There you go. There's the detox. It's about the body warning us that we're storing the chemicals in our fat cells. That's where the bloating comes from. And by able to pull the poisons out of those fat cells shrink. That's and maintenance is simple. You have the world's most perfect meal every morning. That's what I do every morning for breakfast. And then every 2 months do another detox. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. 23 years ago. And the lady that we just had on here, she just left. That lady right there, she lost 100 pounds and she's kept it off for 12 years. 12 years. It's not Photoshop. She really has guns like she's showing you right there. So anyway, I went about as fast as I can go. But who has questions or comments or whatever you'd like to know? 51 male, night shift worker, 3D5. I must make a change. I'm ready to commit to change. Okay, round and ready. All right, so first of all, tell me how tall you are, round and ready, because that is very important in what I'm going to share with you next. Round and ready, what I'm about to share with you, I'm going to tell you right now, your life may never be the same again in a good way. Not because of Peter Greenlaw, but because of the research that we know what's possible. But at that kind of weight, again, I need to know how tall you are, because it's probably going to blow your mind as far as what's possible. Oh my God, round and ready. It dropped. Did you hear what I said? Inflammation went down 25% in a month. So inflammation comes down drastically. Okay, you're 6'2", 385. Yeah. All right. So let me tell you where you should be. Maximum, about I'm going to say 205. Let's go to 210. 210 means you need to lose 275 pounds. Don't get discouraged. Let me explain to you. In the first 4 days, get ready for this, you're going to probably lose 10 or 15 pounds. None of it's water weight. They measured it, okay? You're going to drop, here's how fast it's going to come off. I would say minimum by Thanksgiving, you're probably going to be 245. By Christmas, you're going to be real close to 300. I'm not kidding you. So 300, we want you down around 210, so that's going to be about another 190 pounds. Okay, so let me do the math in my head. So you've got 196. Okay, I would say easily, you're going to be 210 by probably May of next year. But remember, in the meantime, tell me how you're going to feel at Christmas. At Christmas, if you're down You'll be close to 300 pounds or under. How excited would you be about that? And you can keep it off, and you're absolutely not going to be hungry. I answered your question about inflammation. So Round and Ready. Now, also Round and Ready, understand something. You get a consultation free, and your coach is free the whole time. It's not a gimmick. There's no tricks. And you're going to get the only thing you're buying Round and Ready is food. You got it? You buy nothing from us. We don't have any products to sell you. The coaching's free. You've got to buy a month's worth of food. So 30% of what you would buy is actually going to come from your grocery store. You're going to get a grocery list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. You got it? The other 70% is going to come from these exotic foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. The reason that's so important is your hunger that you've generated to get to 385 has nothing to do with calorie counting. Nothing, zero. Your body has no idea what calories are. You've never counted a calorie. Your hunger only comes from one thing, Round and Ready, and that is nutrition. Now, Round and Ready, the reason that I'm so passionate about this, I'll share a personal story with you and everybody. You got it? My own mother was morbidly obese my whole life. I never knew her thin. I never knew her healthy, and I loved her, and she was awesome. Her name was Grace. And 25 years ago, before I became a researcher, she called me up one day, Round and Ready. And she said, you know, Peter, I have one really big wish in my life. I said, Mom, what's that? She said, I would give anything to spend one day thin. I said, wow, Mom, that's cool. Well, Round and Ready, 6 months later, massive heart attack and stroke. I hate diets, Round and Ready. My mom did about every diet that there was. I saw her do. She went to Weight Watchers for years. She did paleo and keto and the grapefruit diet. I'm not kidding. She cut diets out of magazines, desperate to lose weight. Oh yeah, she'd lose weight. I'd see her lose 20, gain 25 back. Lose 25, gain 30 back. At the end, she was on a plethora of pills, high blood pressure, cholesterol. I mean, you name it. My mom, in my opinion, Round and Ready, dieted herself to death. The New Health Conversation is devoted in her memory because I, 23 years ago, was on death's doorstep. So I'd only lost my mom like 2 years before to a massive heart attack and stroke. My doctor, my yearly physical said, Peter, if you don't do something radically different when you walk out of here today, you have an 85% chance of a heart attack within 18 months. I was only 40 pounds overweight, but my cholesterol was 400. My triglycerides were 300. And, excuse me, and a friend of mine who played professional football for the Oakland Raiders was able to show me this protocol. I said, hell, I'll eat road tar. I went on it, listen to me. I lost 8 pounds in 2 days. I lost 12 pounds in 9 days, 20 pounds in 18 days. I lost 30 pounds in a month. And in 7 weeks, I was down 40 pounds. That's not the good part of the story, Round and Ready. I go back with my doctor, was scheduled 8 weeks between visits. He comes in this time, throws my chart down and says, Peter, you're trying to kill yourself? I said, why? He said, how much Lipitor are you taking, for cholesterol? I said, I haven't touched that in 2 months. Now, I'm not telling you or anybody to do what I did. I'm sharing my story. And I said, why? What are you talking about? He said, your cholesterol's gone from 400 to 120, your triglycerides from 300 to 30, and you've lost 40 pounds. We think you maybe have cancer. I went, what? Anyway, I never have looked back, and part of the reason that motivated me to help someone like you, number one, I believe this protocol saved my life and set me up to do what I'm doing today with you, whether you do anything with it or not. Because if you go to the website, Round and Ready, we're not going to contact you. We don't do that. We want you to make your own decision. Go look at the medical proof, including an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. He and his team created this. And he'll tell you in that they will never, ever, ever, that's enough never evers, recommend a traditional diet again. And they're the top weight loss researchers in the entire world. So anyway, Round and Ready, what do you think about that? Give me some feedback. I hope you're still there, because the last comment you make, does it help with inflammation? Yes, exactly too, and your height, and I told you how much weight you can lose and how quickly. So again, who would like to ask me a question or Round and Ready? Does it make sense? And Round and Ready, here's the website for you to go to if you still are available. Maybe you're at work. The New Health Conversation is the free website for all of you to go. If you go there, we will not contact you. The only thing on that website is the medical, there it is, the New Health Conversation. It's also available in 2 more places. You can see it at the very top, the little red heart to the right, the New Health Conversation, and then above her head in blue, the New Health Conversation. That's the website. Don't do at the New Health Conversation, by the way, everybody, because that'll take you to my TikTok site where I've got about 100, I've got what, 1,000 videos, but there's no medical proof there and there's no way to get a coach. The New Health Conversation, that's the free website to go. Oh, Round and Ready, wonderful. I figured you must be at work. Did that all, but more importantly, Round and Ready, does it give you hope? That's the main thing. Does it give you hope? And Round and Ready, understand, nothing is 100%. Because the one thing I need to tell you, Round and Ready, if you go there and you go to get a coach, it'll say 100% money back guarantee. Let me explain that to you to clarify. 30% of what you're going to spend from a grocery store, they're not going to refund your money. But the other 70% you're buying from those researchers. Honest to gosh, Round and Ready, they'll give you all your money back if this doesn't work. And that's why I'm telling you, nothing is 100%. But do you really think they could afford to do that if this didn't work? We want it to work for you. We want to help you. I mean, again, I hope you don't, I'm hoping you don't have any medical issues now, but you're young enough that that clock is ticking, as you know, tick, 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 right? So if you can get but how much better are you going to feel? Seriously, how much better would you feel if by Christmas you're close to 300? Tell me on Christmas Day, how are you going to feel? That is a gift to yourself. Could there be anything better than that for you, for any of you at Christmas? Your health is that is the most important thing to all of us. I mean, it's just Round and Ready. I can't tell you. God, if this was available for my mom. I can't prove it, of course, but I really believe my mom dieted herself to death. That doesn't have to happen to you, Round and Ready. But Round and Ready, how excited are you going to be? Motivation-wise, if in the first 4 days you're down 10 or 15 pounds. That's normal. That's not that unusual. Isn't that crazy good? Crazy good? Yeah, well, God bless you, and I really, really hope. Look, when you go to the website, Round and Ready, pretend you're looking at that. Your life depends on this protocol, because it might. It really might. Because otherwise, how are you going to get that weight off, Round and Ready? Are you going to go on a diet and count calories and be starving to death and eating like a rabbit? You're not going to. We've worked with people that weigh 587, 587. I mean, it's just so crazy. Do I have that picture? I was going to see if I could show it to you. Let's see. Let me see if it's here. Yeah, maybe I've got it. All right, so I want to show you Round and Ready. Okay, hold on. See if you can see this. Can you see that picture right there? That's my friend. Okay, now the next picture I'm going to show you is exactly 6 months later. You ready? Round and Ready? 180 pounds in 180 days. He lost a pound a day for 6 months straight. But I'm not even going to promise you that. What I promised you was about half of that. And this is in one of my best-selling books. And I'm not selling you books. There's no books to buy on the website, but I just want to show you what's possible. You could change your life, change it drastically, and keep it off. See, the key to this is not that you can lose the weight, Round and Ready. It's to keep it off, because he's kept it off now that picture is about 10 years old. It's a friend of mine who, well, he became my friend once we did this. And keep in mind, Round and Ready, you're going to get a free coach and a free consultation, and the coaches will be with you the whole time, the whole way through. How cool is that? All right, would anybody else like to ask me a question? Yeah, Round and Ready, I know, wow, wow. And Round and Ready, understand, you're not an experiment. Round and Ready, we've helped 500,000 people, including that gentleman right there. Let's make you 500,001. Do you understand Round and Ready? I mean, you really could change your life. You get to hit the do-over button if that's what you want. Are you committed to yourself? Because the coaches, I don't know if you know the definition of a coach or not, but a coach, here's what a coach does, Round and Ready. A coach's job is to get you what you say you want by getting you to do what you would never do in order to get it. But it's not hard. You're not going to be hungry. Like he was not hungry, because your hunger comes from lack of nutrition, not lack of calories. Does that make sense to everybody? Oh, Anna sent me a heart. Thank you very, very much. It's really nice of you. And now we're up to 21,000 likes. What a great podcast this is. Keep going though, everybody. Please tap on the screen and more hearts will come up. You're going to inspire me. This is I started at, what did I start this morning? 5:30 a.m. in Denver, Colorado. So I think this is my fourth or fifth podcast of the day. We want to help all of you. Right. Getting rid of memberships, unused subscriptions, etc. But you get to hit the do-over button if that's what you want to do. We're here to support you. We really are here to support you. You have to understand that the coaches on this, they had life-changing experiences, and a lot of them just said, look, we'd like to help somebody else. I mean, we'd love to have you become a hero to your own story. You deserve it. Why not? If not you, who? If not, listen, if not now, when? When? 6 months from now? I don't think you want to take that chance. Because I would imagine that you're probably concerned about being able to even to maintain 385. Am I right? Probably not too far off. So you have a real opportunity here to really hit the reset button for the rest of your life. You really do. It's not up to me. It's not up to our coaches. The coaches are going to support you. There's no doubt about that. So they'll be there to encourage you, to answer your questions, etc. Yeah, round and ready. Correct. Yeah. Right. You deserve it. Why not? You understand, I didn't invent this. I had nothing to do with this. These researchers, they spent round and ready. They spent 40 years, 100 studies, thousands of people looking for the silver bullet for obesity and weight loss. They never found it, so they created it. That's really what happened. So did you ever hear the story about Thomas Edison, round and ready, and the rest of you? They said to Thomas Edison, oh, you failed 3,000 times inventing the light bulb. He said, no, I didn't. I just figured out 3,000 ways not to invent it. That's what these researchers did. They finally abandoned, said calorie counting is ridiculous. It doesn't work. It's never worked. You realize in 40 years, they never had anybody lose weight and keep it off. 2/3 of everybody gained more. I would just say nobody, maybe a couple people, but 99% of everybody on every diet ended up gaining more weight than they lost, or 2/3, sorry. But no one was able to keep the weight off. And 25 to 40% of what they lost was lean muscle, which is exactly why they gained all the weight back. So who else would like to ask me, if you're coming on late today to the podcast? She shed 60 pounds in 90 days, no diet, just natural detox with food, not products. And you can safely drop pounds in weeks, not months, build 6 to 9% lean muscle and 0 exercise, keep it off forever, and it's back and published in 10 of the biggest medical stories. Okay, now I want to show ladies. This is called Women's World. Most of you have heard of it. It's the #1 circulated women's magazine in the world. These two women on the cover, a mother and daughter. I had the privilege to coach them. The lady in the blue is a nurse. The mom, the nurse is 57 years old. She lost 59 pounds in less than 3 months. The mom, who's 81, lost 110 pounds in less than a year, and they both have kept it off now for 3.5 years. And understand, you can't buy the cover of this magazine. Now, the reason that I want to show you this is really impressive. The magazine did a 2-page story on this because it's so incredible. And again, they wouldn't put this on the cover if they hadn't researched it. And the reason it got on the cover was it's the only weight loss protocol in the world that's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. And if you don't understand, all of you, what a peer-reviewed human trial medical study is published, there's nothing higher in medical research. I will defy any of you to tell me anybody you're following with one shred of medical evidence. Anybody, one shred of medical evidence, anybody. Who would it be? I can't find it. So, residence, peer-reviewed, 2-time texted, 3 natural, not a fad. Good. Round and ready. I'm very impressed. How do you know so much about peer-reviewed studies? Because most people don't understand the significance of it. But you got to understand, Roundtree, there's 10 of them. 10. So it's not like it passed the scrutiny of one, and each, if you understand, which it sounds like you do, when you submit to one of these big journals, They have their own scrutiny. They hire people to medical doctors and research to discredit because the magazine depends on their credibility they don't do the research. I mean, they don't vet it because that would be that'd be too obvious. Yeah, that's why it's so exciting. So imagine that round 10, not 2 or 4 or 5, 10. Now you should be even more excited. I'm very impressed that a peer-reviewed human trial study, you can't go higher in medical research. No drug, all of you, ever gets approved without a peer-reviewed human trial medical study. So Roundtree, aren't you at work? I'm not sure what part of the world you're in. I'm in Denver, it's 5 o'clock. So if you're Eastern time, it's 7:07 or 6 in the Midwest or 4 o'clock in California. So no, it's fine. I'm glad you're able to spend this time with us and listen. You understand Round and Ready. Why'd they call you Roundtree? I don't know. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I get goofy by this time of day. But honestly, Round and Ready. So tell me, be honest. Are you aware of anybody else on social media that you have ever seen that you're aware of that has one shred of medical proof? It can put it in the chat for me. Do you know any? Have you seen any? Let alone with one peer-reviewed human trial medical study, let alone 10. I didn't do them. They're not my studies. But the only thing we ever refer to, Round and Ready, because that's the only thing we can rely on, are peer-reviewed human trial published studies. And then when we look at something here, Round and Ready, like the shots, I don't know if you've contemplated the GLP-1s. I'm going to read to you from the New England Journal of Medicine, which, by the way, Round and Ready is on the website. You'll see the study. They did the New England Journal of Medicine once-weekly semaglutide. In case you don't know, that's one of the GLP-1s. You've heard of Wegovy and semaglutide and rivastigmine, and they got a whole plethora of them now, right? This was a 68-week study. That's a year and 4 months, all right? Now, I want to contrast that, important here. 68 weeks, Round and Ready. After 68 weeks, the weight loss was 32 pounds, and of the 32 pounds people lost, 40% was lean muscle mass. And the New England Journal of Medicine said this is clinically relevant reduction in body weight. Round and Ready, I don't think you'd be too excited about losing 32 pounds in 68 weeks. When she lost 21 pounds in a month, 38 inches. Now the inches, that's interesting. I didn't point that out to everybody. The inches, because on this Round and Ready, you're going to measure your neck, your chest, your arms, your stomach, your abdomen, your legs, etc. So that's accumulation of those inches are proving to you you're detoxing your body. Let me show you a more dramatic example, all of you. This young woman here who lost 35 pounds in 37 days, and that's extraordinary on this, to be quite honest with you. But look at how much your body literally shrank. That's not body dysphoria. It's not body image. It's the healthy outcome of being able to detoxify your body. And you notice she has no loose skin. Oh my gosh. No, 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 no. No. Well, you tell me, Round and Ready. You want to spend 68 weeks to lose 32 pounds when I told you how much you can lose just by Christmas? It's up to you. I'm not being a smart aleck. Trust me, I have great respect for, based on what my mom went through. Yeah, I have great respect. I lived through fat shaming when I was a kid, Round and Ready. I saw that, and my mom would come home crying. And she said, why do they have to be so mean? And I was a kid. I didn't have any solutions. I didn't know what the world was. And I love my mom. It didn't matter how big she was. That's just a fact of life, unfortunately. So you can do it if you want. I mean, it helps diabetics and it's helping people morbidly obese. But honestly, compared to this, well, you can see right there, she lost more weight in 37 days than they lost in 68 weeks. And she doesn't weigh anything like you'd weigh. That's why you understand, Round and Ready. I'm giving you very conservative numbers, very conservative. I mean, it's so exciting to be able to help people like yourself and others. But also, Round and Ready, we got kids as young as 2 doing parts of this. We have people, not just women, that want to gain weight. We have a 91-year-old woman who, by the way, 3 months ago was on a walker. She fell down 3 times in a week. She's in assisted living. And she went on this, and in 2 weeks she got rid of her walker, and now she's taking taekwondo classes at 91 years of age. And her sister turned her on to this. Her sister's in the pink. She's 81, who lost 110 pounds in a year and has kept it off for 3.5 years. Now that's pretty impressive. Do you agree? So anyway, who else would like to ask me a last question? I'm getting phone calls. I have to get ready for actually, we're doing a big Zoom call tonight for hundreds of people around the world who are. I went to high school in St. Clair Shores. Certainly you know where that is, Round and Ready, am I right? And I worked where was it? In Hamtramck. I worked in an assembly plant in the summer, a front-end assembly unit, making the things that, you steer your car with. So I'm very familiar with that. But I live in Denver now, but I went to high school in St. Clair Shores. Had a wonderful time in Michigan. So am I right? Are you 100%? You know where St. Clair Shores is, am I correct? American Axle, okay. So, but I made, the A-frame, that you use to turn the wheel. You know what it is. It's a V shape in a stamping plant. We were in a stamping plant. I think it was in Hamtramck, actually. But it was an assembly plant, and I worked there it was one of my great jobs. I joined the union, made a lot of money as a college student, and made a lot of friends with all you guys, and learned all the tricks they pulled on me, like birds flying around. I'm looking for the birds. You know the tricks they pull in. And of course, I'm a kid. I'm like 19 years old or whatever it was. It was great. And of course, you know where St. Clair Shores is. Great. Oh my gosh, that's so funny in a great way. Wow. It's like, yeah, it's a small world. It's like 6 degrees of separation. So, wow, fantastic. Yeah, so when you get to your office, please go to the website, look at everything, and then you get a free coach if that's what you want to do. But really study what's on that website. Especially, the first one says 60 minutes that'll change your life. It's an interview, a podcast with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the entire world. Wow. 15 every year. Wow. I left the floor, went to the office, life creep, 15 every year. Wow. All right. Well, we'll be looking for your name. Hopefully you'll be requesting a free evaluation and a free coach. And by the way, if you did fill it out tonight, they'll probably get a hold of you normally within 24 hours, sometime tomorrow. But listen, Round, don't think you're going there. We're going to contact you. We don't do that because we have the confidence that the medical proof is overwhelming. I would say almost 100% of the people that go to the website end up getting a consultation. And it's food, and it's very, very doable, Plus it can lower your stress levels and inflammation, especially, I'm sure you're out on the floor, etc. It massively can lower those aches and pains and stiffness and all that. You're going to be completely revitalized, okay? All right, everybody, I'm going to end this podcast because I've now been almost 3 hours. Woo! Great. And it's been wonderful chatting with you, Round and Ready, and anybody else that's been on here, Chris Pix and L4 Lady Forrest, and all of you. So again, Round and Ready, I feel like I made a new friend. We'd love to be able to help you to help yourself. That's what it comes down to. All right? Bye, everybody. I'm going to end this now, and everybody have a great evening, afternoon, tomorrow for my friends in New Zealand and Australia, and